Oh man, let's just get it. Let's just get this out the way. Uh, what's going on, everybody? It's BMT coming at you again. Definitely, I'm just here to do it, man. I'm just here to do this one. Uh, as you already know, the internet always never ceases to bore me. What's going on, Queen Unicorn? How you doing? Um, hey, I could talk about anything, but I'm definitely going to be talking about some interesting topics. I'm going to be doing some commentary. So I hope y'all ready. What's going on, Brownie? Everyone? Yes, 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 yes. I will definitely keep y'all busy today. We will definitely be doing some reaction videos and we will be addressing a lot of stuff that has happened. We could easily just look at, the normal shit that people like talking about around these places. But I do that. I'm not in that kind of realm. I like to react to things. I like to look at things. I like to stay busy. Let me go ahead and burn my incense. Watermelon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gonna need this one. Oh yeah. I'm gonna need that. Let me go ahead and get some. I'm gonna need something for this. I need something. Let me go get some. All right. I done did the YouTube ritual dance. I done did the ritual dance. So we're gonna go ahead. We have quite a bit of videos. Hang on, let me go ahead and grab them. It's gonna be quite a bit. Mm-mm. Hmm. So I have a lot of stuff I'm going to be covering, looking at you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to enjoy the videos. I want y'all to actually be able to have fun. If you're coming into the chat, you got 8 watching. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on happening, and I'm like, well, damn. Um, I'm curious on how to take this. Um, and I need your help. I definitely want your commentary. If I need to open up the panel, I probably will do that later. So we got to get at it. There's a lot of stuff that's already done, started popping off, started happening. I don't know how to explain it. Let me go ahead and grab them. Okay, so it's let's go grab the first video. All right, I'm gonna play some background music, and we can react to it. We can react to it together. I just want you to know it's fair use. Some things, I'm always curious and perplexed about. Um, when it comes to having children, and I understand you like what you like, love who you love, do you? And I'm looking at just how far removed are we that we come this far. And we're going to go over and show you a video that's going to play. Tell me what y'all think about this video. Now, this video, it was wild, but I was like, damn. I never think to see something like this. Fair use. This is not nothing of hate. This is nothing disgusting, but it definitely kind of painted a picture for me. But I was like, well, damn, what's happening that pretty much you got to wear, you know what I'm saying? Like, women are now like, hey, who says we need a man to have kids? And I'm like, well, shit. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by this? So let me go ahead and pop this up to you. I'm going to show you the video, and I want y'all thoughts on this. Okay, let me go ahead and grab it. Hang on, let me make sure I put the fair use. Got to put fair use out there. Grab that. And let me grab a water mark. Now, again, this is not no hate speech. I just am curious about that of the mindset of these people, and how did they get to this? So let's head this video. Now, hold on now. Let's restart this video. Bro. That's right. Like I said, when you come on in, like, share, subscribe. So that one ship, they have all these types of my video. I'm gonna play it. No, y'all can still me. Now, I'm gonna pull this up again. I got a question. When y'all be doing these martial arts stuff, I think at some point black people will probably be trying to get audition for the new Power Rangers. Baby girl, if you try to be the new Red Ranger, you are highly athletic. Y'all can't ever say that girl ain't athletic. That's all I want to say. Now, the hair, I guess if that makes you happy, you know what I'm saying? I hope, like, that's that what's that shit called? Dancing Doll. The Dancing Doll shit. With the girls that be doing all the stuff and they jump on the ground and boom, top, tick, top, pop. They say all that crazy shit. If that's what you do, baby, go ahead. I'm all for it. I'm amazed that you can do that. But I'm surprised that, damn, why the hell? Yeah, that girl, I don't think that girl got a hip bone. They can't be no hip bone in that motherfucker. They ain't doing that damn shit. That girl got to be a Power Ranger. All right, let me go grab the next video. That shit's wild. I don't know how the fuck she doing all that. That shit looks painful. But hey, black girl magic shit. You should have got into Wakanda film. Blended family. I got the mom, the daughter. No way you're Puerto Rican. Why not? Why can't you marry a black woman? Black love comes in all shades. Now, see, this is that dumb nigga shit. I be like, this is that dumb nigga shit that people be doing the fucking most. I never understood this babunki shit, man. And I mean, love who you love. You know what I'm saying? You got your daughter, you got your beautiful babies. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you marry a black woman? But I can promise you, most of the time, Most time, I'm pretty sure you found that woman around a bunch of other black women. I don't know why a lot of these brothers be making it seem like they be going outside or some shit. Like the nigga, when I say internet clout got a lot of Negroes fucked up, it be because the damn girl wearing weave and shit. We already know that's fucking weave. That's not a real fucking hair. And she got on a shade, some shade lighter. What is that? Number 4, number 42. Shit. I get it. But we've been seeing women like that all around the black community. The Blexican girls and shit. You know, that's cool. Well, I don't know what you would call it, Puerto Rican or Dominican. But most of the time, y'all girls be following down as Democrat or goddamn minority. You hang out around a bunch of sisters. You don't be doing all that cash shit. And I mean, half time you just a nigga just like the rest of them. So I don't get it. I don't get it when I see all the cloud hype and shit when they doing all that stuff, because at the end of the day, and see, that's the problem. Brothers get themselves some goddamn brown sugar pussy and they lose their ever flipping mind. Like they swapping down. That's when you know there's a problem with some dark skinned brothers. I blame this on a lot of skinism and darkism. Shout out to Rashida. And you know, with you know, when they get around a light skinned person, they get somebody a few shades lighter than them. You know, put a water bottle by them, and they feel happy, but they feel like they're accomplished. Sad but true. A lot of brothers, when they feel like they get some pussy that is not as dark as them but lighter than them, the motherfuckers lose their fucking mind. Like they swept them down. They done conquered the mountain when they're like, that's still a nigga at the end of the day. All right. This crazy ass video right here. It's wow. You got the light skin woman. Where the fuck is my video? Okay, so here they are. They're trying to get pregnant. They're trying to get her pregnant with semen. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying that they didn't need a man. From. You can't make this shit up. Now, granted, she got the stuff. She's showing that she's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Young mom must be proud of them. Young mom must be proud of them. I got news for y'all. Nobody gives a fuck if a gay woman gets pregnant. I don't know, since the 90s, since the 80s, we always been seeing gay girls get pregnant, and they'll be you know, studs like kids. Like that's not a big fucking deal in my eyes. I just be for real. That's not really a big deal because a lot of studs got kids. It is what it is. So this video right here is kind of like too late. Like saying like, who says we need a man? Like I get it. It's just like seeing two men with a child nowadays. Like it is what it is, bro. Like nobody's pressed. I think there's an overhype of look at me, rah 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 shit. When motherfuckers are already like, okay, so you pregnant. Like, congratulations. Like that ain't gonna change anything. Like shit. Like no matter what, a woman can never be or replace that of the place of the father. No, you just give me. You can't really do it. Then you acting. You can't really do it. It's just not. That's just like me saying like Mother's Day. I'm not trying to place that of a father trying to be a mom. That's stupid. Now I don't know why the girl's showing all this stuff, but I guess she's trying to get pregnant multiple times. That's pretty interesting of a show bit. But hey, that's your choice of dialogue. Hang on, let me drop a link. I mean, drop a link. I can at least put that out there, so just in case. Look on to the next one. Here we go. So we got opening up cans my whole life. Let me go ahead and grab the next one. What's up, creative? How you doing?
What's up? I don't want to
Not too.
go off topic, but I had a question that was not on topic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's my question. This is my question. So, does a woman have to be broke to ask a guy to assist her or help her out if she's dating him?
Does she have to be broke
Or does she have to make less money than him?
to ask him to help her?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Like you probably could be making more money and say like, hey, like I'm trying to get to this kind of goal or trying to get to this means. Um, but like I'll give you a good instance. There was a girl in the military making good money. She was an E6. However, she didn't have a place. So she asked this guy who was working, who had a two-bedroom apartment. Mind you, an E6, you already know, E6 can easily afford um, a house or get a rent a house or something like that.
Yeah.
The guy was staying in a 1 to 2 bedroom, one bathroom. She said, "Can I please just rent the room, the back room, and I just need to go pay off that of my bills and my credit." Granted, he works a lower paying job, but he's asking her for help, financial help, so that way she can catch up on her financial responsibilities. That doesn't mean that she's looking down on him or that she's mistreating, appropriating him, because literally, if you ask, you ask. You ask, you ask. It is what it is. You get there's no harm or foul for asking.
Okay. I was just stating because I don't want to put my situation out there. But this guy, some guys, not pertaining to me, the story's not about me, but some guys out there will turn around and say, "You make more money than me. Why should I have to do this?" And it's just like, what?
Well, here's the thing about that. If I rock with you, why should it matter? If I really rock with you, or I'm actually really actually care about you, why should it matter? Because you know, if I'm in a situation or a bind and something were to happen, is it wrong for me, even though I make more money than you, to say, "Hey, can you help me out?" Like right now, yeah, I make more money, but I need help with getting a U-Haul. Can you get the U-Haul? My credit might not. Like I know people who make a lot of money but got shitty credit. You might have better credit. You can probably get the U-Haul. You understand what I'm saying? So guess what?
Yeah.
You get it. You just help me out financially.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't have good credit to get an apartment. It's interesting. A lot of guys can have all that money in their pocket, but when it's time to go get that lease, that back history says different. However, they will say, "Hey, creative baby, what? Could you get that apartment for me? I'll pay for it. You just get it for me." and yet you get it. The apartment's in your name because you have the better credit. But that doesn't make you any less than or looking down on them because that of the situation of the predicament. It is for what it is. So
Okay.
that's what it is. I mean, some people are just insecure. Some people are insecure about that of the situation. Listen, I don't have a problem with a woman helping me. I think that's I think that's sexy. I
But
think that's
shouldn't a
hot.
man want to help a woman? That's the whole thing. Because some men talk about how, you don't ask for no help, you don't do this, and then when you do ask for help, they turn around and they throw this stuff in your face. And you know what?
Yeah.
And it kind of makes, some women they feel like, since you're gonna throw it in my face, why even ask you if you're not even gonna help and you're gonna throw it in my face?
And for that reason right there is why a lot of people don't like to, namely women, don't like to take money from fellas because then it could be something where as to you took money from that person and now they can bring it up at a convenience that hey, girl, you forget I did this or I changed your tires or I did this and that, and like the rebuttal, fellas, would be you asked me to yeah, okay, coming. All right, hold it down, creative, and tell me your thing. Give me a few seconds. Just hold it down for me.
Okay, I hold it down. So yeah, so basically, that's kind of like what happened in my stance in my per se. This has happened like several times. And then on the backhand, the guy turned around and say, "You never asked me for anything." But when I did ask them for something in the time of need, when I needed it, right? I don't just go around go asking because, just because. I only ask when I need, you know? And and when you ask when you're in need, they turn around, they demonize you for that. They turn around and I feel like they gaslight you. I this has happened to me on multiple occasions. I remember this particularly one time. I asked this guy to assist me with something, and he turned around and was like, and turned around and gaslight me, and turned around and said, "Oh, you want me to do all of this, and you want me to do all of that," and I'm like, "What?"
Now, when he brought that up, when he brought it up, did he use that like a like? Was it a leverage type of convenience? You understand what I'm saying? Like, was it a leverage type of thing? Because, and I'm gonna be honest, times where I have done stuff, sometimes it was out of a leverage. Like, if I knew I didn't mean it, but I just did it because then I'm gonna be like it's IOU, unless I really was fucking with you. If it was something where okay, so hypothetically, y'all, yeah, creative. You remember when I did that for you? So you know what I'm saying you gonna give me some brown sugar? Stop. You talking about? I gave you like that $100. What's up? Why aren't you giving me the goods? Shit like that happens all the day, all the time. Or it'd be like, hey, like you going to school, I'm taking you to work, doing X, Y, and Z, helping you out financially with your kid and shit. Then after that, when you start getting your shit together, I bring it up and say, hey, I did this, I did that, I did this for you. It can always be thrown back. Well, I didn't ask you to do it. You did that for me. So it's like state what you mean and mean why. What are your intentions? Like a lot of people don't ask. Like, what are your intentions? Why are you doing what you're doing for me?
Hmm.
Sometimes you can be meaning just to be nice. And I get that a lot. Like, why are you being so nice to me? Because I wanted to where you gonna help me too. Where you gonna look out for me?
Yeah, that's in the real dynamic of things. That's what you essentially want. I don't think you understand like today's dating world and the type of attitudes these men have. It's just It's a complete
What
turn
do you
off.
be? What do you be telling them? What do you be telling them? Creative. What do you be telling them?
What you mean would I
You
be telling them?
you be like putting your hand on their chest and telling them that you love them and that literally you give me a baby and shit. You know how y'all girls be saying that
I
goofy
don't be
shit.
doing that. You
Oh.
gotta listen. Listen, the 20-year-old me would have probably did some dumb shit like that, or the 18-year-old. But the the me that's seasoned and well grind, I'm not doing that shit. The fuck I look like.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with y'all girls using y'all femininity to get what y'all want. I expect that of a woman.
Yeah,
Women do
you're
that
right.
all.
You're right in some cases, but I'm not gonna go have no baby and do all that stuff. You know, you could play a twist on a guy and do stuff like that. I agree.
Let me go ahead and call. Let me call. I got somebody for this show, but you brought up a good ass show, and I already know somebody. She would love to talk in on this because god damn it, boy. She
No,
hang on.
I just really wanted to talk about this because this has happened on multiple occasions. It is like, why does it matter how much money I make or what? You know, if I ask you to assist me in doing something that's like a manly job,
Sheena,
you know, why?
Sheena, I'm on a radio show. You want to come on a radio show? We having a conversation about is it if a woman making money, should she about the the scale of asking a man for help, and is he gonna use that as leverage?
You gotta send me the link.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the link. Now, don't be cutting up, Sheena. I will debate. I will debate you down now.
I'm gonna be quiet. I just want to see the vibe. That's it.
See a lot of vibe.
But yeah, that's just a question I have because that made me feel some kind of way. I just made me feel like, yo, like
But
the
she be
fuck?
willing
Why am
to
I
ask.
fucking with you?
But what? Okay, now here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. I would ask you this: do you trust a man to ask him something in a time of need?
I
That's
mean,
the
yeah,
help.
if
No, no,
we
no, 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 no,
together
no, no,
and we're
no.
talking to each other,
Not if y'all together, because see, here's the thing about it. People look at it as before y'all can be together, y'all got to have some type of compatibility of just of a friendship, of a
mm-hmm,
cohesion. You agree? And
I
so
agree.
if you don't have that, a lot of people say, well, they jump past that of the compatibility, the cohesion, and go straight to the
I don't
you
know.
know that.
We try, but that's I don't know. That's here or there.
Oh
Sometimes,
Lord,
most of the time, he annoy me.
see, right there. Because now you brought up something very interesting. Sometimes he annoys me. Now I see that. I've seen that from plenty of women. Y'all get annoyed. Y'all listen. I don't feel like answering my phone, Taekwon. I ain't gonna answer my phone. You see the phone ringing and shit. He calling you. Why do y'all do that? Y'all could call him and y'all need that grass cut. You need something done that you know you can't do. You don't mind calling that man. So why is it when he call you, you don't want to answer that phone? Why is that wrong? You can't answer the phone for him.
I don't know. I'm just saying. That was this is just my question.
You know, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. In times in my when I was in my um hang on Sheena, I'm gonna get you right, girl. I'm gonna get you right. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce y'all to a good friend of mine. I love having very stimulating conversations and dialogue with the one, the only therapist, Sheena. Therapist Sheena, welcome to the BMT show. We talk about the latest topics, trends.
Hey,
Hello,
Sheena.
hello. Hey, how y'all doing?
I'm good.
That's good.
So we're talking on that of, and it definitely it is a good. We're having that of the discussion as to um a woman making money, which we are in the. I would want to say we are in the 20th. Was it the 22nd century? Would it
We're
be
in
the
the
22nd?
21st.
We're still in the 21st. God damn it! This time we ain't get through it yet. Okay, so we're in the 21st century still. Fuck. And so women are making money. Why they don't give their money straight to the man, I don't know. I wasn't there for that ruling, but I guess women are making your own independent money. Now the thing about it is, first off, I would ask a question to the ladies: do you see the man as a lesser or weaker if you have to help him out financially, but yet you are the financially stronger person?
I can say no, but the man has to understand that it's okay if the woman has to take the lead until you get back where you need to be. And that thing, I think that's where the conflict coming at because traditionally, the man is the head, the man is the lead, he's the provider. But when it's the other way around, it just brings too much a conflict. I don't have a problem if, you know, if I have to take the lead or whatever. I don't want to stay there. But if I have to, I have no problem.
Now, now
And I
take the
wouldn't
lead.
think of him as anything less because for one, if we a team, we here to build together. I'm here to, how they say the man is the head, we the glue. So if I got to step up, I'm gonna step up with no problem. And he shouldn't have no issue neither. Humble yourself. Humble.
Now, you say take the lead, and I get that. That is something that one I would say it have to be with a security type of thing, of feeling a certain type of way. If anybody ever driven long distance, I know there Pashina has, I have, I'm sure Creative Solution has. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna feel fatigued. I feel like sometimes you have to switch. The driver and the passenger. One has to drive, and the other one has to just sit on the passenger side and rest and just support. Um, when it comes to that of a woman, I ain't gonna lie. Like I ain't gonna lie, Sheena. Like I see how some women when they start getting that power of that money or that this is my shit. I run this. Like that's
Mm.
I, you can't tell
Do
me
you
to
know
shit.
how much disrespect? If you understand the disrespect that we get as females because we have to lead or we have to step up a little bit, if we didn't get that disrespect or looked at a different angle, then maybe it would be okay. But a woman who is the breadwinner, we get more disrespect than the men who can't even stand up and be the breadwinner.
Now, what
That is
disrespect?
facts. That's in this
Hold on,
situation. Like I
creative.
feel like I'm being shamed
Yeah,
because I make
you're being
money, because I want to do well for myself. I'm being shamed and I can't ask for help because I'm supposed to already have it. You know what I mean?
well.
So it's
Hold
like
on.
do I have to be poor for you to get assistance? Do I have to be like down and out, lesser than you for you to like assist me or feel like I'm worthy of your assistance or for you to feel like you're a hero? That's
Right. It's crazy.
So, so what? First of all, what's all this shenanigans saying that the women be getting shamed and abused? Yeah, don't be coming up here with all this damn Weepo and Color Purple shit.
See, the
What
thing
ain't
about it
nobody
is,
messing me out.
mm-mm,
Go ahead.
mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. The
Yes,
thing about it
I'm here
is,
for it. I'm here for it, Sheena. I'm here for
Y'all,
this.
y'all judge, and y'all never been in our shoe just as much as we might judge, and we never been in y'all shoes. We'll never be a man. Y'all will never be a female. So I'm sorry, but y'all guys, y'all do for too much sometimes. And then how it is lately, y'all. It's a lot of guys that play the role of a female, and it's crazy. It's
The fuck?
crazy.
You know what, Sheena? Like I always see like the women are always patient with the guy. The
Facts.
woman,
What?
she's
Facts.
always patient.
I'm
You
looking
got
that
women
up.
out here that will work, come home, cook, clean, do everything, all for this man's ego.
Facts.
What was that? What was that?
And I'm not the one that is I'm not I'm not based on traditional, because that's where a lot of guys want these females, but they can't live up to par. So when it comes to a man, we will be equal. I'm sorry. We just got to be equal. Of course, I'm gonna let you lead. I'm gonna let you be the head. But at the end of the day, we got to come to common ground. We got to, because it's just too much going on. I'm sorry. It's too much.
Okay, so is that something going on with the? So that's something going on with the black man and the black woman right now. That y'all feel that, hey, come to the money.
I feel like the women feel like they had enough and they want to
Mm,
experience something new. And
mm,
then the men are feeling kind of like, like they have been used to not trying and not giving their all and just beating the bare minimum and
For who?
not even meeting their standards. You know how you have the class, you have satisfactory, and then you have meeting the standards. Like they are below satisfactory, and I think it's probably our fault because we allow them to be okay with the way that they were, and
mm-hmm.
now that we don't want that anymore, and now we are demanding more, but they themselves have never seen to do more. So I think that's where our whole conflict of interest is right now,
But
because
Mm-hmm.
now
see that.
they're being held to a higher standard, and now I don't know, are they going to be able to execute that?
Well,
Mm.
here's the first thing. There is no y'all in this race because I don't care what other men are doing. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be up to what that man that you're dealing with. That's the man that you choose to entertain. That's the man that you choose to entertain. So, like, whenever we do the collective thing, I don't believe in collectives. I don't believe in groups. I don't believe in no community thing. I just believe in me versus the world. So, like, if it's a
But you're
woman
still
who's,
viewed. You say that, but you're still viewed as a man, regardless of how you.
no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But at the end of the day, so and so the thing about it is, and I agree, like, get the person to adjust, because if they truly rock with you and they truly care about you, they're going to want to do better for you and them. But if
Absolutely.
they don't see that, in you, or they don't see you like that, then why are you still there or pressed? Now, if you're choosing to stay there and hopefully the miracle will come, that's on you. Now, then again, when it is like that, and you're saying, well, they just ain't getting it together. Okay, so you don't want to trust the process, because then again, there is a process. Are you choosing to deal with somebody who's in a process of trying to get their things together, or somebody who's already in a process of they got their things together? Because when you're dealing with somebody equally yoked, well, it's a different kind of content of dealing with them. And I always ask people, so are you dealing with somebody equally yoked, or are you dealing with somebody who's getting their stuff together? If you're doing the stuff with love is blind, you like who you like, I don't want to hear nothing about, well, they don't got this, they don't got, no. Go off of that love feeling, that Disney Channel thing that y'all do, because then you can't complain. If I only got with somebody who I know makes less than me, or is not on the same capability as me, then that's for me to fill in that of, I get it that you don't have these strong suits. That's where I fill in that. But you can't complain because that's what you chose. You didn't have to take that car off the dealership. You chose to take that car off the dealership. Or you can keep on walking and get your credit up until you can get a better car. And that's the thing about it. That's just like men complain about a certain type of woman. And then I said, well, then go deal with a better class of woman. Same thing I will say to that of the woman. If you're saying that, hey, the men are doing this and the men are doing that, then I will say, well, what type of man are you dealing with? Because a lot of the men that I know that do got their stuff together, they don't have these problems. Like, they're going to say, like, well, if a woman would have asked me for money, I'm going to be like, why should I give you money? Like, hold up. Like, either I got it to just give, but I feel like tricking it off, and I don't think nothing of it, or B, I want something back in return out of it. No matter what, if I'm giving you some kind of money, and I want to be for real, and I'm being realistic, if I'm giving you something, I'm looking for something.
But like, what if you rock with the person, you like the person? Would you do it because
No, I want something back. There's no
you
such
don't
thing
want to
as
do it just because you want to, just because
there's no such thing as-
just to
there's no
get
such thing.
grounding points, just to get
No. There's no
no.
such thing. There's no such thing as just because. That's a fairy tale. That's a myth.
Oh
That's a
my
dream.
God! You
I'm
see,
telling you as a man. There's no
How
such
I
thing.
look at
You
it,
see-
how I look at it in that situation, no matter what we do for anybody, whether we do it from the kindness of our heart or we do it because we're looking to get something back, something always going to get back in return. Whether it's sex, whether it's a piece of bag of chips, it's something. So I I just think that I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay, so here's how y'all look at it. And this is why I said, like, when I speak
Y'all.
like this, whoopsie, hold on. Y'all say y'all the women, I'm the man.
No, I just
I
was
say y'all.
clarifying what you meant when you said y'all. I just wanted to make sure you were
No,
speaking about us females.
But we doing group classification. Do you want me to say female or do you
Okay.
want me to say women?
Okay, no, go ahead. I get it.
Okay, thank you. So, in any and everything you do, there is that of a reciprocation of that of a means to an end. You did something for somebody, you gave somebody some food because you didn't want to see them starve. You wanted that gratification to know that they're not starving. You did something for that person either because you wanted something out of it or you wanted that of their time or that of their acknowledgement. There's no such thing as, well, I just did it because, hey, here you go. Like, whatever, dude. Like, this is not the fairy tale land. This is actual real life. We're playing for keeps. So if I do something with you because I do fuck with you, I'm not doing it, but I don't have resources and time to waste. So if I'm doing something, hey, either I'm showing you my capability. Don't just say, well, you can't do it because you're a nice person. No, fuck that. Nice don't get you nowhere. Being nice
I'm
is
not even saying nice. I say to build up rapport, to
what's the rapport?
so the woman could feel like she could rely on you. That
No, go to a credit report. Go to a credit loan office. You can go build a rapport with them.
I'm
if you're building,
lost here. This is like the first, because when you talk
Here's
to
the
men be like they want to feel needed.
well,
So
hold up, wait. But see, here's the thing about it. If you need a me, right? If you need a me, yeah, men want to feel needed, and so do women. Women want to feel needed too. Women will feel a certain type of way if it's her household and the man is using another woman or another source of means rather than going to that woman. I promise you that woman's gonna feel a certain type of way if the woman is not being said, yo, what the fuck? Like, oh yeah, we could have got food. Yeah, you could have cooked, but we went down there to Sheena's house and got some food. The fuck? No, I could have cooked. She gonna feel a certain way. Women feel a certain type of way if they feel like, yo, so you want anything, babe? You want some water? You want some food? You want this? You want that? Let them feel like everybody wants to feel like, hey, I can be that go-to. I am somebody that you look to. But if you're not and you're comfortable, hey, don't look to me. Like, no, like, I'm telling you, you're going to that of the BMT Credit Bureau because your credibility with me is good. Then I'm gonna be like, yeah, I got you. But
exactly. See,
Yeah, but understand the credibility. It comes with a charge. It comes with a charge. Are you putting in that time? Are you putting in that care, that love? If you're not doing that, guess what? Your credibility check with me ain't
So
good.
what
So
if the woman puts in all of that and then the woman is asking her for a return on her investment?
what would be the return on investment?
No, I'm just saying if she asks for a favor or she asks for some assistance, don't you think the man should be willing to, reciprocate?
Love means you don't care. Love means you don't mind or care to spend the money, and you're aware of who spends what on you, and what that could possibly mean. Women shouldn't even mix sex and men's money. Spend your own money. Thank you, black men. Black man is fair. So, what's your thoughts on that one, Sheena?
Me personally, because I agree because I like my own money out of the pen. That is like saying, like they had this, y'all know they have these big old things on social media where the female say we go on a first date, the man have to pay or whatever the
Right.
case is. No, I'm gonna take my own doggone money because I make my own money. But I also understand where she's coming from as well. If if I'm there for you and we got that bond, we got that connection, it shouldn't be who, what, and where in return. Because as long as you know that I have your back, you should always have mine as well. But there's
That's
always choice. There's always choice. And when it comes to choice, he can choose, and that's vice versa. He can choose if he want to do it. He can choose if he don't, or whatever the case is. As far as if, I'm sorry, what's your creative? I'm sorry, what's your name, ma'am? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, creative solutions. You got.
Yeah. So if she goes to a man, if she has a significant other, and she needs to, she goes on. Maybe she need a bill to be paid or something like that, and he know that she been holding him down, making sure everything was good. Why shouldn't he return that favor? Where's the love? Where's the compassion? Where's all that? Because right there, I'm gonna look at you differently. Right there and there. So
Exactly.
when I'm down, that means where you at to lift me up if we have that bond and connection. Just how just how I'm the type of person, you treat me how I treat you. And if you treat me any less, you got to go. Cause right then you messing up my peace.
Yeah, I'm for real. Because once you do that, and the women see that you're not willing to reciprocate, that shit breaks down all the trust in her. You have no
but now, hold
idea
on.
how bad that
So,
demolishes it.
but okay. So I hear y'all with that. That's fine. Okay, we're having a good conversation. But I ask this: if I don't mind, if I don't mind sacrificing that of my time and resources towards you, do I not earned you? Do I not have a part of you, or is that
Okay.
something? Hey,
So if that's the case, based on what you just said, if your significant other is down, that means that you said there's no question to be asked. So if she needs that bill paid, bam. If you got it, bam. Or if not, let me work on that. I got you. It shouldn't be no issue.
fine.
Yeah, I don't like. I remember the era when men used to boost about stuff like this, like doing for their women, and
Okay,
I don't
that's
know.
fine. But see, if that's the case, if you're bringing up that era, and this is why I say it's scary when y'all bring up that era, because then you would also have to bring up the same time period of when the women would fix meals and bring it to the man's job, or say, "Hey, you guys, I see y'all out here working. Hell, that ain't none of y'all men. That ain't none of the men. Those ain't none of your men. They just, I see y'all out here. Hey, I brought y'all a plate of some sandwiches and some lemonade. Here you go. I damn sure don't see no women going outside making no sandwiches and lemonade and
That could happen if she's a stay-at-home a wife,
no,
and he got
oh,
to.
no. Don't say if she stay at home. Just say if she is a woman that cares to do that. You don't got to be a stay-at-home to do that. So that means that's like saying if I have a job, right, but there's something going on at the house, does my job say, well, I work, so technically that shit is happening at the house, not my problem. Or hey, the kids they got homework. I just came from work. The fuck I'm doing that for? No, I'm still got a job. Just because you stay at home or you go to work,
What I mean
cater.
by that, if it depends on the woman's schedule, and what I mean by men used to do that, I mean, is this feelings? Is it still within men? Do men still have these kind of feelings, or is that they don't? They I don't know. Are they desensitized? Is that something that they still do, or no?
Well, that's no different than. Well, here's the thing about it. I mean, and this is where I kind of like I get lost in the sauce because okay, yeah, I will give you that. Of a lot of men have become highly emotional, but also I'm going to throw up to you that a lot of women are highly masculine. Highly masculine.
Exactly. You just heard what you just said. And I
Hmm.
just gave an example of why we're masculine. I just gave a clear-cut example of why.
But that's something that y'all fought for.
Oh my God. Well, did you hear out my mouth that I am masculine? You know, women have to go out there and do that because they have to. I'm lost here, BMT. What you mean is something
No,
that
no,
we
no, no,
fight
no.
for? What, like, I don't understand. If you have your daughter and she wants to leave from high school and she wants to go out into the world, she's gonna have to go find a job, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so what?
Right.
I don't understand. That's what like baffles me. That you fought for this, you wanted this. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck about you gonna give me money to live? Like,
Okay. Okay. So here we. Okay. So that's good. Don't spend any money on me. I don't spend it on you. We can take a walk in the park and keep things like lit and breezy. If a man spend money, he now starts counting what he spent, what he gets back. Also, the brothers say nobody wants to be played. Is the feeling of everyone. Ji said I advocate for Netflix and chill because if I pay for something, I need something in return. Okay. Um, I understand what you're saying, and I understand what Sheena's saying. Like when Sheena said, "Hey, we go on the first date or something like that," I'm gonna just pay for mine. In a sense, I understand that of that ideology because Sheena doesn't want it to be like, "Damn, I don't want it." This nigga say, "I owe you." Is that correct, Sheena? In the same sense, I understand that it was creative what you're bringing up about say, "Hey, as a woman, I gotta work now. I gotta work, do X, Y, and Z to provide." I could attribute that to black women have always worked, and I get it that well, I say black women truly understand what feminism is. No, I don't think y'all really knew what it was. Y'all just jumped tagged onto the shit,
I'm a,
and then
yeah, but you see that, right? But these men they claim
hold on.
that we're masculine, but we like I don't understand this. Like I
no.
like,
I mean, to be fair, y'all. So a lot of y'all are masculine. There's a lot of women that are
but
masculine as
why?
fuck.
But
Because
why?
we have to
You
be
see,
strong.
this
We
No,
is the
have
you
shit that
don't
I
have
can't
to be
stand. We
masculine.
damned
Yes,
if we
we
do and
do.
we damned
Yes,
if
we
we
do.
don't.
Let me tell you a
I,
conversation that me and someone else had. Let me tell you. He was saying that I was telling him, yes, I am strong. He said he has a problem with masculine women. Okay, cool, no problem. That's your preference. But me personally, I'm a single mother. I'm black, and I'm strong, and I'm a strong person. And until I meet that person or that man that's gonna bring um that feminine side of me, then I have no choice but to be a strong black educated queen. Will you want me to sit there and fall short to wait on a man to come take me? Nah, I can't do that. Because at the end of the day, I know I still got to raise my child. I still got to pay these bills. I got to do what I have to do to survive. I'm not going to sit there and be some weak minded female waiting for a man to come be so masculine over me. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. But
And then when
but
you talk to
Why?
them about it, when you talk
because
to
we
them
have
about
no
it,
choice.
yeah, we don't. You know what they gonna tell you?
No,
Well, you
there's
got a
always a
job. You
choice.
could
There's
go get a
always
job.
a choice. There's
Tell me
always
the
a choice.
choice. Tell us the choice we have when we're a single parent, and when we're a single mother, we have school, we have the children we have to take care of. What other choice do we have other than not to be strong? I think people take this masculine word too serious. They take it too serious. And
Because
that's where the issue come in at. Of course, when we was coming up, I think most of every child wanted that fairy tale life until we really step into reality and we see that king ain't coming to save us.
well, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it, and I'm glad you bring up a fair point. You guys, if you're coming into the video, like the video, share the video. We are having a pretty good conversation. Um, about. I think we probably should have started off. I think Sheena, we should have started that off with the question. And we'll probably have to make that into a different talk. Um, because if you're saying black women feel like they have to be masculine, then how is it that a boy, a young man, is supposed to view that of a black woman as she has to be masculine? Because if I've never seen the woman truly get to be effeminate or in her femininity, she's always on raw, 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 fire, fire, fire. You know what I'm saying? Get it. I get it. Y'all iron woman hear me roar shit. So then when you say when are the men gonna stand up? Well, hold up, god damn it. Like you swinging a sword. Shit, take your ass over there and fight your battle. Nigga, I'm over
So
here.
you want these women to not work and be homeless?
See, now here's the thing about it. You telling me that you can't be effeminate and still get the same results?
I
When
just
the
said we
opportunity
just gave an example, BMT. We gave an example. I'm a feminine woman, and you know what? And the dude just
But
come and he
you
see how much money
compete
I'm
for
making.
men.
He assumed based on what he sees and my lifestyle. He assumes that I make all of this money. I could be feminine as a button. I could be cute as a button and all of that and sexy. But you know what? He assumed, right? He assumed because of my lifestyle, I make more money than him, so he doesn't
right.
need to help me or assist me.
One thing about a female, we wear many hats. We know how to turn that shit on and turn that shit off when need be. So, me personally, if I gotta be submissive to a man, and I have to, but when I want to be submissive to a man and I'm gonna submit to him, then I'm going to submit to him. I know how to turn that masculine. Well, I don't like that word. I really don't. I wish there was another word that we can use other than being submissive and masculine, because I think people take those
Everybody.
two words to the head.
They do. I feel
Okay,
like,
okay, okay. But
they try to cut
if
us
you are in
down.
but okay, I got a question. But if you're in a relationship, don't you need? Isn't there some type of form of submission in a relationship?
When need to be, when the opportunity presents itself, then I have no problem with being submissive to my man. But until right now, I'm still a single. Right now, I'm still single. I'm still a black female, and I'm a mother. So if a man cannot respect that, then he ain't the man for me. He ain't the man for me. Because what you're looking for when y'all guys, y'all go ahead fishing for these females, and yes, I did say fishing. Y'all go ahead fishing for these females, and what it is y'all a bunch of haters. Y'all hate the fact that we are not the woman that your grandmother used to be, that your great grandmother used to be. Y'all hate that,
Why do you,
and,
why?
and
Okay,
They don't hate that. They don't have the resources
they
to
hate
put
it.
us in that position to do that.
so okay. So hold on. So wait. Let me ask the question. you're saying that there's a hate, but then also creative. You're also saying we don't have the resources. Which one is it? Is it both? Or y'all trying to say that we don't have the
I think
resources?
it's both, and it's
Mhm.
insecurity.
Yep.
Okay, so wait. So, but y'all have it.
We wear
You're
many
saying
hats.
so.
We wear many hats.
So
Yes,
wait.
we
So
do.
so the men don't have it, but the women have it.
Yeah.
We never said that we had.
No, no,
We're
no, no, no,
just
no, no,
saying.
no.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Somebody has to have it, or somebody has to have it. Either the man has it or the woman has it. So which one is it? Because
We
if we
talking
look,
about individually. We have to have it for ourselves, for our everyday
Absolutely.
economy, for us to function in this world. We have
Absolutely.
to have it. Wouldn't you agree? Like a woman that's single, she has to have it. She has to have her own place. She has to have a job. She has to be able to provide and cook and clean and make sure her place is okay. She has to do that for herself. Would you agree, BMT?
okay, I get it. You have to
I got
survive.
I got a question for you. I got a question just for you.
Me?
You got two females.
Mhm.
You have a female who you watch both of these females from a distance. You have one female who is a stay-at-home mom. She's on government assistance. She's a wonderful parent, stand-up parent, everything. She makes sure the house is clean. She makes sure the kids is clean, but she's on government assistance. Then you have a woman who makes sure the house is clean, who has high education, high position at work, making the money and everything. And she also take care of her children, just like the other woman. Which woman you will go for? That's nothing to
Give me
think
that
about. You should
government
know.
assistance.
Which woman are you gonna go for?
Damn, I like that, Sheena.
Which woman are you gonna go for? Because right there, that's gonna tell me your character right there just by answering that question. And what type of
Man,
female
see,
that you
here you
lure.
go.
No,
Here you
answer the
go,
question.
Sheena.
You wanted me on here. Let's go.
Yo, Sheena
And
be pissing me off.
I want you to say both.
I can't. Why can't I get both?
You can't if you're gonna get both, mine, if you listen to what I said the woman who has the education and high standard job, she does every single thing that the other woman does. Only difference
But she
is
not going to be.
sh-
But she ain't gonna be home.
you're not
She ain't gonna
answering
be
my
home.
question. Which woman you want? Which one? And this is not $1 million question. Which one do you want?
I'll
Crickets?
get the worker. I'll get the
You're
worker
not
for now.
confident
Ain't
in
no
that.
damn.
You're not confident in that. You're not confident in that.
Well, I am. She know you
You're
doing the
not.
bullshit. Yes, I am. Sheena, you
Don't say
trying to pull this
because you're
bullshit.
scared we gonna jump through this phone. Just tell us. Because you're lying. You're lying because you
Huh?
want to know why? Because you already know what you want. You want that submissive woman
I'm gonna get,
that's going to
no,
stay
I'm
home
gonna get
and
the one
cook
that
and
works.
clean.
Sheena, I'm gonna get the one that works.
And I don't
I
believe
can already
that.
cook. I can already cook and clean. You got to think. See, here's
But,
the thing about it. Here's the thing.
but we didn't ask what you could do. We didn't ask your capabilities. We talk about the woman.
But see, here's the thing about it. Okay, so let's get at this. All right, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so we're talking about today. I'm going to get the woman that can work. I'm going to get the woman that can work because I
Wow.
work. I
Even
am.
though she make more money than you.
She make more money than me. The fuck?
Even though she make more money than you. She's
I feel
corporate.
like you added that shit on.
I tell you, she make head money. I said that.
She gonna submit that to the
And this
household.
is why I say y'all haters. Because y'all don't want a woman. Y'all, I
Wow!
sure did. Y'all don't want a woman that make more money. Y'all want to
Wow!
degrade us, and y'all wonder why we hold the standards that we hold.
Wow!
That's why. I tell you, when I say things, I have a reason behind it to back it up. Haters. Haters.
This is how they treat. This is it.
Haters.
Let me take my cloak going to the desert.
Y'all haters. I don't care what
Hate what?
nobody say. Y'all downgrade these black women out here because y'all hate. And I'm sorry to get if I'm getting a little amp on this phone. Y'all downgrade us because y'all think y'all want us to play that submissive role, which is not a problem because we, like I said, we wear many hats. We know when to turn it on and off. But why should we have to be submissive to every man we come encounter with? Every man don't deserve a me. I can't be submissive to every man I meet because he might not be that man. Y'all have to understand that.
Talk about that. And you can't be nice to every man you meet. You can't be smiley and everything.
Sometimes black.
I need you to talk.
Now,
because you got me amped. You know, once my mouth start going, you already know. Hurry up.
I'm already. Listen,
You got served.
I ain't get served shit. First of all, let's go. Let's get at
you
this.
Ain't talking.
Let's get at this. I'm about to break her. I'm about to break her down. And
please do, because you know I'm gonna come back.
I know you can keep coming back. So here's the thing about it. If I am the head of the household and you truly do trust in me, then why is there such a problem that you would want me? You have an issue with me being an authority. That's how
wrong with that. That's the point that we want that man to be the head. But if she's making
hold on now.
BNT, we just gave this woman out here who go to work, do everything.
Hold on.
Why the man does nothing because it's just to please his ego.
But you choose that man, and there are way more men that make more money than women.
Okay.
And then women don't even make a fraction close to what the man makes.
Okay, so let's take this back. Let's take this back a second because I just want to be on this one topic. The woman that is the breadwinner in the house and the man is still the head. Let's talk about that. Why is it an issue for men that the woman has to be the breadwinner?
Well, I mean, if he's the head of the household, then it's not an issue. It's not an issue. I mean, no offense, but Janet Jackson is a whole goddamn got $500 million, and Jermaine Dupri don't make nowhere close to that.
We talk about these regular women on the street. We talk about these. Okay. We not talk about no celebrities, baby.
We got it. So we got it where there are what we call the pookie, and we got a lot of women who will get with the baby boy, the mama boy, the come up nigga, and gladly give him the car, give him the whip, go out there. Shit, you could be INDEPEENT. Yeah, we'll sing that song for you, and your ass will gladly go out there and brag and go buy a PS5 and talk all that shit. And guess what? At the end of the day, pay me my money. Fine, cool. And you know what you'll say? That's my man. Y'all choose them. If you choose that nigga, you chose that.
Well, that's life. You live by what you choose. So if you choose a man like that and you already know that man is like that, then that's on you, sister. Because come on now, you should know better.
So why? Okay, so y'all would have to get at the women that are more so choosing those type of men, because that is actually a problem that y'all have with those type of men.
But we're not talking about that right now. We sticking on that one topic that you sitting there talking around.
I am on that.
You're talking around it.
Okay, what? How am I talking around it? Because you're saying, first you said men hate women that make more money than them. That's a false. That's a lie. That's a lie. There's plenty of men that work for women or work with women that make money or make more money. And in that press, you got your bag. Why do I give a shit? I got my money.
I don't think it's more of the money. I think it's the authority.
But you said that you said the men hate that woman.
I think that it's more of authority that men think. They think just because the woman makes more money to them, that degrades them. And that's not true. Because I can make more money than you, baby, and I'm gonna still look at you the same. I'm not gonna degrade you. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I'm the breadwinner. Nah, that's not me. That's
So
not
why?
me at all.
So if that's the case, then why there's so much of pushback when a man brings up submission?
Because the man, they want a submissive woman, but they don't stand that place of being that masculine man. That's where the issue and the conflict come in at. Y'all wanna
Mhm.
that is like saying y'all scream y'all a man, but y'all ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out.
Now I had to ask you in creative. Who's more so making that of the songs and proclamations saying, "What do I need a man for? I can do this shit all by myself. I can be
Because
mama."
we can. Until y'all understand that we can do it on our own, then it would not be an issue. Respect that as females in the black community, we can make it. What's that saying? One thing a black woman know how to do is make it. And by all means, we gonna make it.
And I respect. Listen, I respect that. This is why I have no problem when y'all made Wakanda forever. I was like, yes, let y'all have Wakanda. Yes, let me take my cloak and go out in the desert. I'll be fine. Y'all have it. I'm gonna step to the side. We're joined here by another guest and co-host, Ji. We're up here.
What up, BMT? Hey, can you hear me, BMT?
Yes, we can hear you. We're also up here with my good friend, therapist Sheena. We have the most electrifying, most amazing dialogue. I'm pretty sure I will have one with her after this goddamn show. She'll be sharing her goddamn notes. And we also have the amazing, enthusiastic sweetheart, Creative Solutions. She'll throw in her jabs when she needs to. I'm sure you've been keeping up with everything that's been going on. Give us
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So here it's a lot of misconceptions. See, even the aggressive way that they talk is the issue, right? Even the aggressive mannerisms in which they behave and speak is the issue. Just because you have to work doesn't mean you have to be unfeminine. That's a lie. All right. You can work and still be feminine and still be a lady. You can listen to how they speak and then listen to how like the women that passport bros talk about whatever. Just the way they talk is completely different. It's a difference between being feminine and masculine. And they try to blame oh, well, I have to work, so that made me masculine. But you can't do that because other women have to work too, and they still don't behave that way. See, these women weren't raised, black women in general aren't raised to be wives and to be feminine. They're just not. They're raised to be aggressive, to fight with men. Just because you work doesn't mean you have to be argumentative with men. Just because you work doesn't mean you have to talk back to men and be unruly and cuss every 5 seconds. Like that doesn't mean that. And they will try to lie to you and tell you, oh, well, I work, so I cuss and no. Because I work with, let me tell you, it's a clear difference between the Asian women that I work with and between black women that you work with. We're not going to pretend like working is what makes you masculine, because it doesn't. They're conflating different things. And talking about the income, we know from the Kevin Samuel show how much women want high earning men. So we're not going to pretend like women would just treat men equally. We're not going to lie and pretend like, oh, I'll be submissive even if he, doesn't make any money. That's a lie. That's a lie. Even though it should be that way, because a relationship should be about, y'all working together towards the goals of the relationship, which is what it used to be about. But now we know it's not about that anymore. But the other lie that Creative said was that women didn't fight for this. Women fought to be from up underneath men. Period. They didn't want to have to submit to their fathers. They didn't want to have to submit to their husbands. They wanted to be able to be self-sufficient. They fought for that and they got it. This is the results of that. They're unruly. They can do whatever they want, but they suffer for it on the relationship side. They make terrible decisions. Most of them know that they will never be wives, so they don't wait till they're married to have children, because they know that they'll never be a wife, because they know what they are. They're not crazy. They know what they are. They just don't want to fix it. because that will require work and for them not being able to do whatever they want to do and behave however they want to behave. So you already know what time it is, BMT.
Okay.
Okay, sir. First of all, we are on a panel and we're having a discussion. So I don't know where you come in with this. I don't know. Maybe it's from your
I
life
know.
experience or where you know the people who you're interacting
I'm listening to how y'all speak versus how other women
we are
speak.
on a panel where people are
It doesn't matter.
passionate and they speak. So I don't understand.
That doesn't matter.
What is your ritual? Like,
First
I
of
don't
all,
have a
when
visual.
he brought up
I'm just letting you know that
Kevin
being
Samuel.
passionate doesn't have to make you masculine. There's a difference, but I know y'all don't understand the difference. No matter how many times black men will tell y'all don't care.
Why
Y'all want to be
Why
how you
y'all
want to
gotta
be.
tell us? Why y'all
One
gotta
at a
tell
time.
us?
One at a
When
time.
you mentioned one name on this live, right? You said Kevin Samuels.
I said he was an example. He was an example. Yeah.
One at a time.
He was an example of what women today in large numbers want. They want this successful man, but they do not want to provide the men what the men want. Regardless of how you feel about him personally, he pointed out the flaws in the relationship dynamic between men and women today. He pointed out a lot of those issues. Whether you agree with him or not, or like him or not, he pointed that out, and that's why he was so popular, because he pointed it out.
I don't have no problem with Kevin. I said I don't have no problem with him. But one thing he also said was, because trust me, I used to listen to him too. One thing he said was, yes, I used to listen to Kevin Samuels. Yes, I did.
Really? We will
One thing that he also said was, you're not a man unless you're making over $300,000 a year to be able to take care of that woman.
That's not it.
That's
not what he said.
That's exactly
he
what
said.
He said.
Women, you need to treat a man that's making $42,000, what an average black man makes, the same way you would treat a man that makes dollars.
I would.
Exactly what he said. He said, women, y'all need to treat a man that makes $42,000 the same way you would treat a man and respect a man that makes $500,000, but y'all won't do it because y'all think that your money makes you a woman, and that's why we have these issues. He didn't say anything about this money making you. You're a lie. So I already know that you're lying, because that's not what he said.
You the video. I will send you the video where he
You can send it.
In order for you to be a masculine man taking care of a family, you have to be a man that makes $300,000 a year. I told you, I used to follow.
You can send it, but that's a lie, because that's not what he said. What he said all the time was women.
What video I'm talking about?
An working man and a man that has no more ambition, that just wants what y'all won't accept that. That's what he said routinely.
The problem is, and because you keep on over talking me, but the problem is, one of the problem is, y'all don't take the initiative. Y'all don't take the initiative, and us females as well. We don't take the initiative to listen to each other. And
there's nothing to listen to. The answer is don't deal with it.
You don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. But then y'all guys, y'all say that we don't love y'all. We don't give y'all that submissive feeling. Well, listen sometimes.
It's not going to be a kumbaya moment to where we come back together. That's over with. No.
Everybody needs
the sentiment of Kevin Samuels was the last that y'all had. He was pushing for to fix the.
You talk just like him.
Trying to fix that no more. It's over.
And you talk just like him.
Let me ask this question.
As an example, because a lot of people know him.
I want to ask J.I. a question. J.I.
Talk like Kevin Samuels.
Hold on, wait. I want to ask J.I. J.I.
Question. So I say this. I don't talk like Kevin Samuels. I use him as an example because he's a popular figure that a lot of people know and can reference. That's why I use him. I've been saying the same thing for years, and BMT can tell you I've been standing on the same square for years before there was a Kevin Samuels or before any of that. So don't come at me with that.
You know what the problem is?
I want to ask
No, don't come with that. Because BMT will tell you I've been the same since before Kevin Samuels existed.
You keep on over talking us.
Question.
Listen, just listen to us. You keep on over talking us, and we can't hear what you're saying, and you can't hear what we saying. this we listen to you, we respect you, and we're gonna do is vice versa. That's it.
Good.
Because you over talking us, and we can't get our point across because you keep on going back to Samuel, Kevin, or whatever his name is.
No, you tried to lie and say that I'm trying to mimic Kevin Samuel. I'm telling you,
All right,
BMT
then,
can
you
tell
sound like him. That's my
the same
opinion.
things
That's my
since
opinion.
before Samuel's exist. BMT has said the same thing since before Kevin Samuels existed.
But you
Or was
cannot you can't dictate my opinion. That's my opinion. I didn't say that was fact.
your
I said
opinion.
that's my
BMT
opinion.
same
Listen,
since before Samuels existed. Hold on, let's clear that up first. BMT, have I not been the exact same?
You
That's
have been
cool,
the
but you still sound like him.
You have been the same. Let me get to creative. Creative, ask your question there. And
Okay,
then JI answer it. And then JI answer it. Just answer the question.
Yeah, that's all I ask JI. JI, what do you bring to a relationship outside of money, leadership, and you can say helping to birth kids? Outside of those three things, what do you as a human being bring to a relationship with a woman?
You said outside of money, protection
Leadership?
and guidance. You said leadership outside of money, leadership, and the ability to protect kids. Protection and guidance. I believe men give women a purpose.
I said outside of that. That falls under leadership.
Protection falls under leadership.
Yeah. Outside of that, what do you bring?
Well, if everything else that I would say it falls under that umbrella, then I mean that's everything then.
That's all that you bring is just leadership?
You said but besides
Charlene, don't be doing
leadership,
that, Charlene.
money, protection, and the ability to do kids. I mean that's literally that's what we hear for everything. You said everything else I'm gonna say falls under the umbrella of leadership. So that's everything.
That's all that you bring is just leadership and ability to produce kids?
Those are the main things that a man should bring to a woman. Yes, those three things that you
That's
named.
it?
Not even the kids thing, because some kids, I don't even want kids. So I mean, the kids
No
thing
love.
is not even.
So you don't really bring anything. Why should
No.
a woman what would a woman
You
get
took
out
away
of being with you?
said I don't bring anything. If that's what you want to say, that's cool. I'm not gonna
No,
argue
but
that with you. If that's what you
what would a
believe,
woman
then
benefit
okay.
from being with you?
You took away all the things she would
How
benefit
would
from
she
it. And
all right, outside of that, how would she benefit? Give me your version. How would
You
she
mean-
benefit by
Stop
being
And
with
it's
you?
fine.
yelling. Like you're yelling. I can't understand. I want to listen to every word you say.
Well, then you
but you're yelling.
if I'm yelling too loud, you cut down your volume until it's okay for you.
Yeah, I'm about to get off because you're being rude. All I'm saying is I'm trying to hear the words that you're saying, but you're yelling.
Right.
That's all I'm
JI,
saying.
calm down. She actually wants to hear your talking point. She wants to hear
Yeah,
your
so
And I
talking
told her
point.
how she can hear it.
What
Calm down, Jared.
what do you bring a woman? Like what should a woman like
Creative,
if
nothing.
a woman
I
is
just
with
told you
you?
nothing. You took away all the stuff, so nothing. There's nothing left. So
No,
what's your
you
point?
can say that, but if a woman is with you, what does she get out of that? Like what can you give her?
I just told you, and you took away all the stuff, so there's nothing left.
Okay,
I already
all right.
told you.
So a
How
woman
did I
she
say
went to
that?
college. Wait, a woman she went to college. She have a good man on her shoulders, so she could kind of lead herself. So what else can you bring her?
Okay, if you don't value those things, how many times do I have to say nothing? BMT, I said nothing like 15 times. How many times do I have to tell you
So there we
nothing before
go.
you accept the
There
answer
we
nothing?
go.
You can't bring her
These are the
love,
type of men we have in the
support.
dating market. Anyways.
I mean, I
So,
was looking
okay,
for you to at least say love.
These are the type of men. You literally
You
took
can't-
away
You can protect.
all
You can protect
a
without
man
loving.
has. You know, all right, y'all go, and then BMT, let me know when it's my turn, because this is foolishness. Y'all say this nonsense. Go ahead.
Okay, so okay. We'll take turns. So
Yeah, I'm done. He already answered my question. I already
you
know what
didn't win-
perspective he's
you
coming
didn't
from.
win shit,
Right.
Charlene.
I'm good.
You didn't win shit, so you can sit your ass down.
What do
So-
you mean? He already told me his perspective, so I'm good.
Yeah, but you know why you try to play him to say that.
I did
You
not try to play him. I asked him straight, direct questions, and it was no cut, no chaser. He told me. So
Okay, so here's the thing about it. I would ask y'all this. Is the femininity of a woman, is that something you can turn on and turn off?
Yep. We wear many hats.
you
Yes,
have
You gotta be
to.
crazy.
We
You
Gotta
have
be
to. What
crazy.
if something happened to your child and you gotta be Superwoman?
Rita, why are
What
you
if
saying stuff
What if
like
you see
you?
your child?
Oh,
No,
like
no,
you.
this is for
Gotta
real.
be crazy.
No, this is for real. What if something like heavy, is on top of your child? Your adrenaline is gonna rush and you're gonna have to act in a
I,
different role. You're gonna have to pull that heavy piece of furniture, whatever, off your child. If somebody hits your
Negro,
child and they jump your child at school, what the fuck you're supposed to keep all that emotion inside? No, the fuck you not. You're gonna go the fuck off.
No, they
I
want us to wear our
I don't
heels and act like a
understand.
lady.
So if you know, then
I
why don't you
can't
do
with
it?
this girl. I'm
Because I'm
strong
not,
about women. That's how Michelle needs
that's
to
the
be
thing.
over.
I shouldn't have to sit there
Just say
and
because
act
you don't
like
want
a.
to.
I should, and let me
Just
tell
say
you
because you
something.
don't want to.
No, it's not that I want to, because I'm always gonna be a lady, always. And
Right.
he can tell you that I carry myself well. I carry myself well, but don't degrade me because I cannot. Don't degrade me because I can't be. I can't lift weights like, because y'all don't want me to lift weights like that. That's unladylike. That's
What are
unladylike
you
to do this.
talking about?
Unladylike to do that.
So okay, so now here's the thing about it.
BMT, let me know when it's my turn, man.
Okay,
You've
okay,
been
I'm
had a
about to-
turn.
Okay, so you can. So I'm gonna say this. Can you? I get it. You don't have to be all Disney princess with every man because you don't know the man. I will give you that. I wouldn't want nobody to just be like that. But however,
I don't give them that.
you don't want to give them that. Okay, hang on, Jay. So look, I get you, Ji. You want? Yes, it is nice seeing an effeminate woman walk around, sandal up, or wearing some nice heels, and they smiling, looking cute, and everything. Rather than having to deal with them crazy nigga bitches out there in the streets. However, no, because some women
Well,
have
I
badly
got
been.
another question now. I got another
No,
question.
because I need to get another
No,
turn first. So this is what it is.
When he done, I got
hold
another
on.
question
Let
for
me
him.
just
So go
finish.
ahead.
Let me just finish. But however, I get it. Some women, they understand that, hey, shit's hard out here. If they sniff weakness, they're going to take it. Do y'all feel that if they feel, do y'all think a man going to try to take advantage of y'all if they start seeing y'all act effeminate or some shit? Is that why y'all be
No,
acting?
no, I would not. I would not feel no type of way because, like I said, I know how to turn it on and off.
Oh,
Right
so you turn
now, because I'm a single mother, because I'm highly educated, because
That
that
doesn't.
I'm be
Why,
strong.
Sheena?
But
Sheena,
when a
hold on.
man comes, if a man comes and it's time for me to submit to him, I have no issue with that. I wouldn't feel no less of a woman if I did, because trust me, I'm tired. I want that security, that protection. But until y'all understand that this is what we have to do right now, and in order to get by in life with this crazy world,
It's a lie, BMT.
what's the lie? What's the
Hold
lie?
on. No, I
Okay.
got a question for J.I.
No, ain't no question until I get my turn about what he said. Now here's the thing.
Let J.I.
Here's
say
the
what he
thing.
got to say.
Yeah, let me say what I gotta say. Now here's the thing. Here's the lie that they keep talking about femininity. When I'm talking to, and I use Asian women have a reputation for being feminine, for being more feminine. It's if you've dealt with Asian women, you would know why. When they interact with us or whatever, when they are just naturally, it's because they're culturally conditioned to be that way. Just because you're feminine, there's no turn femininity on and off. It's a lie. Just because you're feminine doesn't mean you're just being obedient, doing everything that a man says or whatever. Women are feminine at work. They're trying to make it seem like that her being feminine is her being some kind of slave. That's a lie. That's why they lie and say you got to turn it on and off. No, you do not. Everything that they name, that lie, that, oh, somebody hurts your kid at school, you got to be mad. No. Everything that a woman does, she can do it in a feminine way. They don't even understand femininity because they were not. That's why they lie and talk about this light
But
switch nonsense. It's a lie.
compare?
But
How
this
could
is
you
what
compare an Asian
What?
person to a black woman?
you want.
That's
Why
irrational.
comparing you?
Are you
The
listening
Because
to
fucking nerve
yourself?
of you
feminine
just
for you to
said.
cut me off.
What?
Wow.
That's feminine
Because
in and
you're
of itself.
talking a bunch of
Let
BS.
me
You're
finish,
comparing us
and then you
to
say what you want to say, because you're not gonna overtalk me.
you're
Let me
comparing us to
finish.
an Asian
Let
woman.
me finish, and then because y'all, it's a clear difference between anybody who's ever dealt with Asian women regularly and anybody who's dealt with black women regularly, you can tell the difference in femininity. I'm not making this up. Black men have been saying this. You can ask black men. It's a fact. It has nothing to do with anything other than the way you've been cultured and conditioned. Y'all choose to be this way because most of y'all were not raised to be ladylike. Y'all weren't raised to be women. Y'all were raised to
So
be,
you come up on
BMT
this
said,
panel.
y'all raised to be hard and nigga bitches. That's what BMT said. I agree with him.
Wait,
A lot of y'all,
are you done?
that's what y'all were raised to be.
All
No,
right,
because y'all
are
keep
you done?
that's why I finished because y'all cut me off.
talk.
Go ahead, let him talk. 'Cause
talk.
I got something for him.
Let him talk.
So like I was
Yeah.
saying, let me land this plane. They BMT they cut me off like 15 times
Oh,
while I was
J.I.,
trying to finish my point.
Say what you got to say, so that way they waiting patiently. Finish what you got to say, J.I. Go on.
They were not waiting patiently. They cut me off. But let me land this plane. The clear difference between femininity is not something that you turn on and off. It's how a woman should conduct herself in anything that she does. All right, I'll leave it there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Salute.
Can I
Go ahead.
say, first of all, J.I.,
Yes.
I
Go ahead.
think that's very ludicrous. You come up on this panel and you put another type of woman, another race of woman up on the pedestal. You know why that Asian woman is feminine? Because she had
Tell me why.
parents that took care of her, bought her clothes, and made sure she was good. And she had a father in the home who helped nurture her. And she had grandparents in the home who helped nurture her. She comes from a civilization where she's able to be in her feminine place. So of course,
That's why you said that's why Asian women in America are more feminine. Is that what you said?
Of course. How about if you could raise a woman, of your ethnicity to be
Is
that
that
way?
what you said?
Let her
Maybe you
finish,
could
J.I. Let her finish. Let her finish.
And then
They
second
didn't
of
let me
all,
finish.
wait. Second of all, right? You have to have some passion. You have to have some baseline if something happened to you, your child, if somebody did you wrong, if anything, you have to bring that to the front line. If you don't have no passion in your voice, you have nothing, and you want to be docile, femininity, speak quiet. Nobody's gonna entertain. Nobody's gonna even look at you. Nobody's gonna bring your problem up to the forefront. So you wasn't saying that. These men wasn't saying that when they had these women protesting. I didn't hear y'all saying that. Why didn't y'all go sit down and be feminine? Huh, J.I.? What happened then?
Do you want me to answer that? All right. So to answer that question, first I was trying to get clarification. You said that's why Asian women in America are more feminine than black women because they have
Asian
the
women in
two-parent
America
household.
are more feminine because they come from a whole line. They have parents and they have grandparents.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, and their families take care of them. Their families
Okay, all you had to say was yes.
Their families buy them things. Their family do a whole lot for them.
Okay.
She doesn't have to worry about things. She probably got college already paid for. She got everything already done for her. Did you have that? Have you seen that in your community? Have you seen that in your community?
It's rare in the black community. I agree with you. We weren't arguing. I was trying to get clarification.
Come up on here and you put this
You
Asian
answer your
woman
question?
up on the pedestal. You're like, yo.
Let me know you're done. I'm gonna answer your question.
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead, J.I.
Now, what I was saying was, what a woman does, she can do it in femininity. To answer your question, just because something happens doesn't mean you have to become an unruly man-mouth manlet in order to be heard. That's a lie. You do not have to revert to being like a man and going off like that. You can get your point across and let it be understood that you're very serious and that you mean business and to be taken seriously without acting like a man. The fact that y'all don't believe that you can is part of the conditioning and the culture, which is what I already said and which is what you already agreed to. Y'all are cultured to be unruly. Y'all are cultured to be that way, to where you think that that's what you have to resort to in order to be heard or in order to get something taken care of. You don't have to. You can still do it in a feminine way and still be very serious. The fact that y'all think that it's not is an issue in and of itself. Y'all don't understand because y'all weren't trained.
Okay,
but you already agreed with that.
Go talk to the
creative
Asian woman. Go talk to the Asian woman.
Let me get this understood with creative first, because she asked me. Do you agree with that, creative, or no?
Yeah, you gotta let Sheena also respond. You got two people now. I know I get you on your fire pedestal. You have therapist Sheena. We gotta create a solution, and I also still have to moderate and also talk. Also, I hit hold your fire in your belly. Hold your fire in your belly.
All right.
No, let him go ahead and go ahead. Creative solution. He asked you a question. Go ahead. I respect it.
So go ahead. What was your question, Jr.?
I said, do you agree with that?
Do I agree with what? That when we was needed,
That
you
you
know,
can.
to go and march and all of that, y'all needed our, our voices. Y'all needed us to be, just as hostile as y'all, and talk with conviction,
No,
right? When it benefited y'all, that was
no.
great. But now we're in this century, and now you want to talk some shit now. But go ahead.
The woman get out of line. Y'all fellas just get the belt and they'll take them.
I do have something to say. So you blaming us for the way that we act, but you forgot that your grandmother, your great grandmama, your great grandmother, since you want to take it back, they was the ones who was out there having that axe in their hand, cutting that wood just like the man, playing both roles just like the man. So for you to come on here and you to compare us to an Asian, now you don't understand.
I'm gonna let you finish and I'm gonna respond. Go ahead.
So for you to come on here and to compare us, I'm still gonna stand by what I say. We can turn it on and off when need be. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, y'all got the floor. I'm just gonna sit in the background and listen because I don't think that you're not respecting us as
Now
a
let me
female.
respond.
You're not respecting us as a female just how you want that respect from us. You're not respecting us on how we feel as well, because everything is so masculine with you that you overlook our feelings, the things that we have to go through as Black women. So I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and talk, and I'm just gonna listen.
All right, now BMT, can I respond to her or what?
Let me say this, then you can respond.
All right.
Okay, I will say this. And if I have to go call my daddy up here, I will call my daddy.
Call him.
Hey, Sheena.
Daddy!
Call him.
Leave him out of this.
Nah, bring him.
Nah, we need an older generation perspective.
Absolutely.
Now I'm gonna respond to you. So,
Daddy.
what y'all are talking about? I just said anything that a woman has to do, she can do it without getting out of her femininity. When you look at our great grandparents or whatever, y'all don't hold a candle to the femininity that those women had. Y'all, but then they were raised, they were cultured to be that way. Y'all hold a candle to them. Y'all couldn't clean their shoes when it come to being a woman. That's just the facts. So we not even gonna play that game. What's happened is men's roles have remained the same, but women have completely jumped out of their traditional role completely, and y'all are trying to play both sides, and y'all fail at it. The numbers tell you that it fails at it. The marriage rate that's terrible in our community shows you that you failed at it. The y'all keep choosing to have kids outside of wedlock shows you that we failed at it. It's pathetic. But when men tell y'all to get right, instead of saying, you know what, y'all are right, we need to fix this, we need to do better, y'all want to find every excuse not to do it. That's why our community is never going to go anywhere, because y'all don't want to listen to nobody. Can't nobody tell y'all.
What does the men do wrong? What does it's always women doing? It's always women doing something wrong. Tell me, what does the men do wrong? Tell me.
Going to remain the absolute same.
What does the men do wrong?
So now you got.
Hold on, we have to respect our elders.
If you
okay,
BMT dad here.
Hello.
You asked a question. We got an elder, and you can't bullshit him. So I asked him the question. But y'all asked a question about the women of the past. I know ain't nobody know more than him. So what's the question y'all want to know? So go ahead, therapist Sheena.
Okay, so he's comparing us to Asian women, saying that basically Asian women hold the femininity of being a woman. They know how to be a woman and treat their men and stuff like that. But what he's missing is that what we had to go through as Black women, even back in the day. And I brought up like his granny, his great granny, the great granny, or whatever the case is. They had to get out there and do the same work that the men had to do in order to get by. So why compare us? So my question is, would you compare us Black women to an Asian woman? I want you to answer that question.
Number one, you are from here, and they are, I won't say all of them are immigrants. Some are born and raised here, but some of the Black women, they cut themselves short because they figure, just like you see y'all trying to adapt the white girl style, putting your hair all these different colors, you be you. The old women of the past, they ain't changing their style. They still be their women. Same woman do what they got to do. Like I just told my wife, I said, look, I couldn't marry you because every day you come with a different hairstyle. You might be Zeus the next day I wake up, you know. Y'all got to be real. The women of the past, they were real women.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't change, and they didn't let the men use them because it's supposed to be a 50-50 thing.
Mm.
Generation that is coming through now, they ain't got no balance in their mind. They figure they're supposed to be the man. Yeah, you're supposed to be the king of your castle, but you got to understand what she going through.
Mm.
You understand? My fiance left and went to California. I said, wow, man, I'll never take this job on again. So I had to I went back, called myself cleaning the house, right? I came back, I apologized to her. See, I'm all man. Because, you know, a lot of people wear the pants, but they can't walk the walk.
Mm.
They figure this because they get a paycheck. Paycheck don't even come to the house. This is what's wrong with our Black men today. They put all their money in cars and speakers, and the kids don't even have food to eat.
Mm.
You know? And when they learn to be a man and know if you can love your mother, you know you can love a woman on the outside. I love my mama.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how to love because every time I look at my mama, I think about it. You know something? That's my son that he'd be talking to you all. His mama begged me to marry her more than 10 times. She said, I didn't know I had until after, from the outside, I said, boy. She said, I threw away gold. She worked like hell. I'm retired. I work when I feel like it. Because, see, she didn't have a plan. She was just going with the Joneses tell them. You can't let someone else live on the outside, run inside your house. The biggest problem today with Black people, Black or white, when they let their family run their house.
Mm-hmm.
That's a way that you won't even have a house. Because they don't know how you eat, how you paying your bills, but they want to be inside of your kitchen and in your bedroom. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep, I understand. And one thing that I love that you said, one thing that I love that you said was, it wasn't always the female. It's always the female doing this, the female doing that. But you took the initiative and say, hey, let me step back. Our men, we messed up. And that's what we need to hear more of. Not always just the female always messing up. You know, we get tired of that. What does the men do wrong? Because see, in some of these people mind, they don't do nothing wrong. It's always the female. But I do appreciate you coming on here telling us, hey, yes, we messed up too. We as men, we messed up too. And you can acknowledge that, and I respect that to the fullest. I really do. Y'all can go ahead and talk.
Well, you know, I came here to visit my grandkids. That's my baby son. I'm the daddy to that one. I had twins, boy and a girl, and him. He's the baby. And I told him none of them is too grown to listen. I said, two things in life. I don't tell you what to do with your wife. I said, until your mama get out of your house, you're going to have it. Your house ain't going to be the right way. I said, I learned because my wife, mother, and sister, and they were telling her what to do. But they wasn't paying no bills. You hear what I'm saying? They got a lot of opinion and a lot of advice, but they wasn't putting the money on the table to pay them bills. See, them niggas will come up your house, man. I ain't know if you're married or not. Them part-time lovers that y'all bring up from the club after you had one or two drinks, you got to leave them there. You know, I don't know where a good place to really find a good woman today. Yeah, I don't travel all over the world. I've been in the military all overseas. I drove truck 48 states. I know every truck stop. I know every back road in the United States. I drove 18 wheeler. So I didn't see them all.
So do you understand why the females in our time have to step up a little bit more to do what the man role should do? Do you understand why behind that?
Yeah, I know why.
Could you explain to us why you feel the why?
I'm gonna break it down simple to you.
Okay.
You got a dog and you let him lick your lips and pat his head and walk in the door and you go to work, you the fool. He should be pushing the door down going to work. Your car should be warm and his truck should be warm and he should beat you going to work. You ain't need no bad woman. You go to the joke shop if you want a bad woman.
Right.
You understand? That's real.
And I wholeheartedly understand that. But it's always the...
They ain't gonna never understand as long as you give them a break.
Right. And that was our point right there. That was the point that we was trying to make as well earlier or whatever. If we keep on, a man's not going to respect us.
Yeah, when you give in to them, they come into some candy and a foul and take you out.
Because they take what's easy. They want to go for what's easy.
No, you want to give what? So you you just answer your own question. You selling yourself cheap. You tell them
not me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, Miss Lady. Ain't but two way out. It's a straight road and there's a narrow road, right? On that narrow road, you're gonna meet some of every kind of people on that straight road. When people tell you tell you the facts and look you in your eye, don't care if it hurt your feeling, stay on that road. Because you know something? Because once you live it over, you say, wow, he did tell me that.
Absolutely.
And it came to pass. On that crooked road, they ain't number liars and thieves and same one that tell you the sweet thing. They'll be the first one wait for you, put your pocketbook down and take your money or take your car when you go to sleep.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree. But like I said, I'm a single parent, and I have my education. I'm working, doing what I'm supposed to do, to survive. And I feel like men look down on us type of females because we have no choice but to go and do that. Now, I don't have a problem with being submissive to a man, but you can't be submissive to every man that you see, for one, because every man ain't gonna be that masculine material or that masculine person for you. Yeah, so I don't understand why men downgrade females that are on their stuff. Why they look at us differently as a threat, when all we trying to do is take care of our kids, take care of our household, until that right man, or that man that's supposed to lead us, come to pass. Why do we have to get downgraded because we are educated, because we're making money?
The bottom
Oh,
line is
say that again.
they
Say
are,
that again. Say that one more
they are
time.
scared. They are scared of the competition. They figure, wow, that lady's too smart for me, man. I can't do that and get away with it. See, a lot of us might be black, white, blue. They are intimidated with somebody with any kind of knowledge, man.
Didn't I just tell y'all that? They hate us for no reason. And all we trying to do is survive.
But you don't
You
let
know, I've
nobody.
noticed, I've noticed one
Don't,
thing,
yeah.
especially in the United States, that I've dated people from Nigeria, and they seem to respect education a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
That that's a prize, it's an asset for them to have an educated woman raise their children. But in the African American community here in the United States, it's your degree doesn't matter.
What's your
It's
nationality?
I'm American, I'm Black American,
Okay,
but
let me break it.
I've
Let me break
literally,
it. I ain't trying to stop you for 2 seconds. Beware of them. They don't. Some of them is real, and some of them just want a card. Even the Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Russian, and I met them all, right? See, I got me American. I'm a retired veteran. You know, that's the bottom line. And I done seen them all. I done been in their country, eat their monkey, eat their goat. So they can't fool me. And the bottom line is my daughter, I asked her one day, I said, you can't find an American boyfriend? I flew all the way to Germany, to Stuttgart, Germany. I spent 30 days to meet her future husband. I ain't seen that guy yet. He was in jail the day I got there. I said, God meant for you not to marry him. And she did find out about him. Them boys be sneaking here, having them babies all over, and they don't tell you the truth.
mm-hmm,
I'm
I'm a
being
living
real with
witness of that.
you. They don't tell the truth. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, all my kids are grown. Know my wife is a F-150, fully loaded. That's my, and I work for myself.
Is J.I. still on the line? Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I didn't
No, I'm just listening to him.
Okay, well, you have, okay. I
Hey,
didn't.
man, a little piece for you too, man. It's a 50-50 road. If you meet an intelligent, that was wrong with us today. We scared to have competition.
Mm-hmm.
Any man that got a strong woman standing beside him, you can build dams. My ex-wife begging me to come back to her because she see I did better. She knocked me down 3 times, and I'm twice as good because she told me out of all my every time I knock you down, you come back twice as strong. I said, one thing you gotta learn, you can't keep a good man down, especially somebody that got it. Was raised in the country. I was raised among some prejudiced people. And I ain't scared of white people. I spent my time in the military. I drove truck for 48 states. I understand Spanish, German, and a little Russian. I can't speak it fluent because I ain't been around them quite a few. But when they start speaking and I'm in their presence, I know what they're rolling off their tongue. I graduated out of college. I took my degree and put it in a trash can. I said, I don't need it. The white man gave me enough money to live for free. So I started my own business. Life is what you make it. Get you a strong woman or a strong man and y'all stand up and build up this nation, man. Build it up. Stop tearing it down. Leaving them women with the babies. Yeah.
And I think that's all that we were basically asking for. Like, don't get me wrong. I know they got some crazy females out here. We all know that. The females that do too much, and we all know that. But I think that me personally, I just want to get respected. you know, for the person that I am. And I don't want to be, I don't want no one to look down on me because of the person who I am. You know, I'm not out here to take care of no dependent. You a grown man. I got a son that's already dependent. You know, I don't want to take care of another dependent, you know? I want you to lead. I want you to be the head of my house, the head of my family. But then you have to also respect that I am that woman that once again knows how to turn that submissive on and off when I have to, you know, because one thing a black woman, I said this
What
before
do you
before you
what
got
do
on the
you look
line.
for? What
One
do
thing
you
a
look
black
for? What do you look
is
for when you meet them? If
someone
if
who
if they ain't tell me they going to church, or oh man, baby, you know, I mean, I can meet you at church Sunday. No, you said at least he got a little God in him. If he ain't got all God, you go there long enough, you get the water. You don't want
I
nobody to
agree.
say, I'll meet you at the restaurant in the next place y'all at in the club. Where your kids at? Still home by themselves. You don't want to take no drunks to your house around your kid. I'm 66 years old. I don't even drink in front of my kids. They ain't never seen me with a beer can. The only thing they ever see me did in their whole life is smoke cigarette. And my wife used to put me at the house because I smoked cigarette. Now, how I missed it and then I was working 2 jobs. Now you tell me, and I used to go to church every Sunday, every prayer meeting they have, because you know, it's the fair in me. Because I brought up that way in the church. It's the fair. You gotta have some kind of fair something, and not fair God. If
Hmm.
you don't fair God, you sure ain't a fair man.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Young man, I'm
Hmm.
not talking against you, but I mean, you gotta talk to more than the whisper sweet thing in the air. That'd be a little. I meet you at church Sunday. You know, we can meet the church, and then once you see him in church every Sunday beating you to church, you say, "Well, he making a change. He ain't coming to your house smelling like liquor or walking trying to breathe in your face. And you got to turn your head. Ain't nobody don't want no back. And stop. And the women, y'all need to stop dyeing your hair all in different colors. If you natural, be natural. You know, hey, a man don't no surprise. You go. I went to one girl's house, man. She has like 15 different wigs. I said, I ain't coming back here. She said, why? I said, I don't know if you when you wake when I wake up. I said, hey, just be real, man. The way you see
And I,
me is with me at all time, you know. I'm straightforward, I'm honest with people. Cause if you beat somebody, somebody gonna beat you. If you
yep.
if you're honest with them, God gonna make sure you be taken care of through that path. But some of these guys are too con, and some of the women are slick. And I'm telling you now, and this guy education, you should at least have common sense. Common sense take you for an education.
Hmm.
I seen a lady outside this morning. My son said she a registered nurse or something like that. That lady must have had a hard day at work because even a dog will bark at you or look at you and turn her head. That woman hold her head down to the ground. I told my son that lady must have had a hard time. But you don't wear your job home because you go in the house, you can take that job on your kids or your fiance. Because see, once you get out your car, you should lock that job in your car. You had a problem at work, you should leave when you leave the door. Don't bring that stuff at home. Don't bring them white people problem or them hospital people problem at your house. The old man talking to you, what? Because somebody said something wrong to you at the job. Hey, y'all gotta learn to leave that at home, man.
I do have a question for you that I had a with another person we was discussing. So you have a husband, and both of you guys work. You know, the female works, the husband works. They work the 9 to 5 or the 9 to 6, and you know they come home. As a man, what do you expect that woman to do once both of you guys already work that 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or that 12-hour shift? Y'all come home at the same time or different times. What do you expect that woman to do when she comes home? Do you expect her to do everything around the house, or would you help out as far as the children? Both of you guys tired, both of you ready to work hard. So when y'all come home together, are you gonna go take your shower and play your video games, or are you gonna help her cook that dinner? Are you gonna help her get the kids ready so that at the end of the night, y'all don't have that stress on just one person? Would you help her, or would you go do your
See,
man's duty?
if you had relate back what I say it's a 50-50 thing in the house and in every place, you compromise. Like
Mm,
if Molly and I been doing something, I'll say, "Yo, babe, we know you're gonna be tired and you got other stuff to do. You just want me to pick up some food, enough food for us tonight that you can go ahead and do what you gotta do." You know, you gotta compromise sometimes. Baby, you cook that gonna take too long. We can just go ahead and get some chicken and whatever. What is $20 when you gonna have to argue why you trying to and I can just call out and go to Kentucky and get a chicken dinner for 8. You know, you gotta compromise. You can't be working and don't compromise. I came down. I'm visiting. I'm down there trying to cook my grandkids supper. We don't went out to lunch, so I said, "Yo, the new man today, they ain't gonna,
good.
they ain't gonna do that." You know, because see, they wasn't brought up that way.
No,
You know,
men nowadays, literally,
ain't all,
so
ain't
many.
all woman, ain't all on y'all. It's
It is all on us because many men, not all, but many men were brought up by a single mother who basically came home from work, cooked, cleaned, did the laundry, and then as the kids got older, it became their responsibility. So the kids, male and female, learned how to do laundry, they learned how to vacuum, they learned how to sweep. And there's this whole idea I don't need a woman because I can cook and clean for myself.
Mm,
So when you have men like that, that they don't value women as anything other than, my mom held down the house, she paid all the bills, and she kept a tight ship. They expect their wives to do the same thing. It's like
mm-hmm.
at least, and their idea is at least you have a man in the house that's paying at half the bills. But the responsibility for cooking, raising the kids, primarily falls on the woman when she gets home from work. So if you are, I literally have said this before. I had a coworker. So we all knew what we were all making. Everybody made the same amount of money. So he had a wife who was staying at home, and he was resentful of her not bringing in any money. And so I'm looking at him going, okay, so every night when you come home, your wife has a dinner ready for you. The kids they got their homework done, they're getting ready to go to bed, and you're complaining that she doesn't have a job. She's not contributing to the income in your household. He was white, he was not black. So I made an offer. They had 4 kids, and I had 3. I offered for his wife to come stay with me. And I told her, I said, you keep doing the cooking and cleaning like you do at your own house. And guess what? You can live here with your kids and you don't have to fuck me. That's one less thing you will have to do. And it was like, that is the problem with men nowadays. They want their wives to work. They want their wives to do the cooking and the cleaning, or most of the cooking, and they still want them to respond to them sexually, submissively, on demand.
nah.
We tired. We
I'm gonna
tired.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you something. So he really just wanted her to be a maid. He didn't want her to really live a life with him and enjoy that life. Housekeeping is harder than the job because their
I know
job
it's
is never.
real.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a man. I tell you, I sent my fiance to California for a week. It took me 3 days to clean the goddamn stove. And I scrubbed the floor and stuff for 3 days. I did clean the range and all that stuff in the kitchen. When she got back I pick up at the airport. I said, "Baby, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I amend you for working in that kitchen." I was trying to do all that, wash the clothes, clean the bathroom, scrub all the floors. In 3 days, I was ready to go and hire somebody to clean the house. But you see, I don't want nobody to see me hire and bring another woman in my house. So I went in and just tough it out. You know, you ain't like I didn't have the money to pay somebody, but there's the idea. If I had brought another woman in my house, even if I wasn't married, I ain't not married to her, I'm still not going to disrespect you. I would be.
Oh, honey, disrespect me, hire a maid. Disrespect me left and right, hire 2 maids. I used to have a cleaning service that would come out. They come out once a week. It'd be 3 of them to clean the house. And they would take, literally with 3 people, 1 man and 2 women, it would literally take them working nonstop 6 hours to clean the house.
Yeah, ain't no easy job.
Yeah, that's 36 hours worth of work. And meanwhile, I still had to cook and do the laundry.
I clean. I had to cook my own food too, right? So I got smart. I started cooking shit that lasts me 2 and 3 days, man.
Yeah, man.
See, I can cook.
Okay.
That's one thing. I can cook. I can cook 5 different nationalities fluently.
All right.
I taught dietary cooking in the military. I am a military vet. That was my specialty, cooking.
So do you do most of the cooking?
What?
Do you do most of the cooking at your house?
Now, when I first got with my girl, right? She used to go. See, I live in Mississippi, next to New Orleans, and I was born in Beaufort, South Carolina. We Gullah, right, in Creole. So I was used to that style of cooking. Then I went to New England and lived over 40 years, and I got to learn Jamaican, how to do curry and Puerto Rican red beans and rice. See, I have a big portfolio around the kitchen. I love to eat.
Do you think that most men, not just talking here and there or yourself, do you think that most men can live without a woman?
Hell no.
Okay. Do you think that a woman can live without a man?
Some of them trying. They're trying. Both the men trying. I'm telling you.
But you said no to the men. So if that's the case, then why don't we get the
women do?
We don't get.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. Get real. Since you're trying to get real, let me tell you something. You like me talking to you?
I'm listening.
Yeah. Be real. We can't do without the olive oil. We can do for a while. See, I'm used to having somebody to talk to. Regardless of we don't be on the same accord every day. I do like having somebody bounce my mind off every now and then. You know, I'm down here and I had to call my old lady this morning, and I was asking some important stuff, right? And she was trying to get smart. I said, "Get smart much you want. You got $15,000 of my money sitting on the table. It better be there when I get there that we can do that house." See, I'm a man. I like nice things, and everything I got, right, is go for my grandkids and my go to my grandkids and her. If I'm going with you and me, you split up, I haven't bought everything you got. I ain't gonna take nothing from you. You know, and this is the agreement we have. I own everything, but I bought her a brand new car. When I left to come here, we got a 2023. I sent her to change the oil in the car. She brought back a 2023, and the man from the car dealership said, Mr. Johnson, you think it's all right? I said, man, she got the keys. You like it? I said, give it to her. You ain't got to come down, Mr. Johnson. I said, my name not good. He said, well, she's coming back home with it. So, material thing don't bother me. But fixing that house is pride. Because some women watch the house fall down, and it's all right. I like nice things because if I die, I want to leave something. I don't want my kids to come over and say, Daddy, my daddy knows he should have did this and did that. They ain't going to be able to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Creative solution. Could you ask him that same question that you asked J.I. when you asked him, yes, J.I., I'm picking on you. When you asked him, because I just want to hear from an older person perspective. When you asked him, what was the question you asked him? Like, what can you bring? What do you have for a woman, or what could you provide a woman? What was the question you asked him? That one question.
She's from Johnson. She wasn't too far to tell her bring me the onion.
Hello.
And bell pepper.
He said if you were too far, he'll tell you to bring him an onion and a bell pepper.
Right.
Onion and a bell pepper.
He wants some food for the cook for his grandchildren.
Oh.
So like I said,
I think creative. I think she dropped off.
Go enjoy your vacation. I'll be down there with y'all, man. Y'all go and get whatever you want.
Hey, nice talking to you.
Yes, it's nice talking to you too, and educating us Black men and females on the perspective of life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed him. I will hear from him later on tonight. I think that's why, like I said, I try to have a balance of a conversation, because that's how people say I pander with females, the man. I said, no, you hear now where I come from with my talking points. I watched him, understand, and I've spoke to him. I've seen what happened to him. I've been there in the courthouse of the family court, or with children. I've watched. I could go talk to my great grandma. My great grandma has dementia, and so she passed away. Now my grandma has dementia. I'm saying, so my dad, he's spending time with his grandchildren, and they're asking him all kind of questions, just like their Rashina is asking. So, granddaddy, how should the young lady act? How do boys treat girls? Speaking from that of his experience as a man, some people will say, well, he come off soft. No, trust me, you couldn't be soft in his day economy. I watched that man work 2 jobs and then work a side job. I ain't never shit. If I wanted to catch my dad, I'd have to get up early in the morning before 5 o'clock to catch him, or to on a Sunday. He was very respectful. He believed in buying his woman a car. He never believed in his woman not having a car. And he believed in his children looking a certain type of way. He had to have suits. We had to look pristine. Women had to be dressed and have dresses and outfits. You get what I'm saying? Like, there was a certain type of order as a man that if your household wasn't like that, you was out of order. He couldn't.
Hey, BMT, let me say something when you're done.
Yeah, I got you. And so, I wanted to show people in the audience the dignity. He showed the respect of the women. He showed the women, and that all the women also showed him that respect. As there was no disrespect of him as a man. I'm saying I didn't. Y'all can't never say BMT coached his father. That man was on full auto. I was afraid to even speak while he was talking. I just ain't gonna say a damn thing. I'm just gonna let him talk. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad y'all. I'm sure he had fun. We probably come back and want to do that again. You know what I'm saying? He actually sometimes he watches some of the stuff and talk about it. But yeah, I've only seen him talk Russian one time. I didn't even know my dad could talk Russian except one time. I didn't even know he talked Russian. Who knew? So that just let y'all know. Y'all can't say there aren't men and women, black people that know other languages. And he was doing that in the 70s and all that stuff. That man's been around for a lot of things back in the day. He's seen a lot. So, but yeah, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Yeah, now for the people that be wondering, well, why didn't Jay say anything? Listen, the way I was raised, you just soak up the game. It's not for you to be going back and forth with them and me, spreading my radical new age millennial ideals to people from a different generation. That's not how you operate and conduct yourself. What do you say, BMT?
I respect you. I respect you for that you gave that type of respect and honor to an elder like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I respect you like that. There's some men, they have a vitriol when they hear an older man talking. You know what I'm saying? And this wasn't like and I thank you, Attorney Michelle. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you, Sheena. Sheena would be technically like a daughter to him, and Michelle would be like a younger sister. My daddy's old. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't that old now.
I said like a younger sister to him.
So I know. He's 66. He's 66.
Yeah. Right.
He could be my daddy.
Yeah, so like I said, you'll be like a sister to him. So
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's the type of man, every Sunday he washes his woman's car. Like he's like in some kind of clockwork type of thing. I don't do all that shit, but he does. That's just I gotta say, like some of the men back in the day are just built different. That's why I don't get how some men get dissed and disrespected like back then. Just like I don't have no smoke for some of the women back in the day. Like that was their time. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like with how they had to operate was a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Like some women didn't get to stay. Like my grandma didn't get to stay in school. She had to drop out of school and help raise the kids. It's not like she didn't want to go to school, but shit. But all the other women in the family, all the women in my family, they all got degrees for the most part. They all educated. Like we pushed that hard. Yo, if you knew better, hey, your ass better be in school or go to the military. You better have a damn job. We ain't playing that.
Let me say this too, BMT.
Go ahead, brother.
Because I know people are like, oh, Jay, I got quiet. No, when the way I was raised, when the elder's speaking, you respect them, you just soak up the game. Now, we live in this day and age that we live in. To anyone that thinks that, the women got to win or whatever, there's no win, because guess what? The same way that the people from that time operate themselves, the way women move today, you would have been shamed and outcast back then. It was unacceptable. So you can't compare the two. It's completely uncomparable. All right. The way those women were, you can't be like, well, why can't men be like that or whatever, because men are largely still held to that standard. Women today are not held to those standards. Y'all couldn't tie your great grandmother's shoes. Y'all not fit to even tie their shoes, because everything that they did, they had to be feminine in spite of having to work and all that stuff, but they were still feminine. They still stayed in their place, and they still had that structure. And it wasn't no WAP and all that. That was unacceptable. You would have been shamed. So the way women conduct themselves and move now, you can't compare yourself to the women of that time, because y'all don't have any of those values or any of those mannerisms or any of those abilities. Y'all don't get married like that. Y'all can't compare yourselves to them. So it's not the same. So y'all don't win anything by I know the chick above me and her avatar, I know her name, but I know she was trying to trying to think that she got some kind of points on me by asking what she did, but you didn't get any points on me by doing that.
I wasn't trying to get any points on
Just
you.
to let you know, and it's not to help y'all get married today. Y'all are still going to be single mothers and unmarried and unfeminine, so it does not help you in any way.
That's fine, but why
just to let you know,
us? Why keep on bashing us? Let us do us and y'all do you. Let me do me and you do you. But you don't have to bash me.
Oh,
you not one time heard me come on the phone and be like, "You're the."
I mean, I think you're right about the different values that we have today. And part of it has to do with...
Did she go out?
I'm sorry?
Did her volume go out? She just cut off for me. Were y'all still able to hear?
I can hear. Can y'all hear me?
BMT, did she finish her point?
I didn't. Sheena, you went out. Sheena.
Yeah, Sheena went out.
Sheena.
So I don't know if she's still talking or not. She went out.
Sheena, drop off and come back. Drop off and come back.
Say it again.
Okay, now we can hear you.
I didn't hear anything that you said. Your volume went out. So say it again.
I was saying the same way that you respect his father when he came on is the same way that we just asking you for respect. Because
respect you?
Not one time you asked me a question. You told me to speak, right? I'm being submissive and I'm speaking. Because you told me to speak. So the same way that, like I said, you respect his father when he came on. Not one time did you hear us come on here bashing you, telling you less than this, you less than that. But then you came on here and you went straight for us, like you bashing us. And I'm trying to figure out why.
I'm not bashing. I told the truth. And creative, y'all agree with me. So y'all agree that what was true. So how am I bashing?
Who agreed with you?
Creative said, yeah, true. She said, yes, Asian women are more feminine, but this is why. She agreed with what I said. And she explained why. So how am I bashing if I tell you the truth?
You came on here and you went straight to bashing us black women. For one,
what did I say that was
compared? You should never have compared us to an Asian woman.
What did I say that was bashing?
You compared us to an Asian woman.
Comparison is not.
You downgraded us. But you're gonna always have your perspective of how you think, and I'm gonna have my perspective. I respect how you feel, and I just want you to respect how I feel. So that bottom line, that's it. Next.
Okay, that's
and it wasn't I was trying to get a win on you. I just asked if you had a question. You had so much to say when his father wasn't on the line. Why not? He brought his father on there so that we all could elaborate together.
Because I told you that's not to do with elderly people. I'm sitting up here going against saying the stuff that I talk about with a man that's disrespectful. And y'all don't understand respect. See, this is what's wrong with y'all. Y'all don't understand how to conduct yourselves with everybody, and y'all think you're supposed to treat everybody the same. I'm not about to sit up and talk to this man's father like I'm talking to you. That's insane. Y'all are idiots. Y'all think I'm supposed to talk the way that I talk with y'all, the same way I'm gonna talk to y'all. Are idiots. And that's why we have these problems. Y'all think everybody's supposed to be treated the same. Y'all weren't laced with no kind of game. Y'all don't have no. Y'all think y'all just supposed to be however y'all be and just say, oh, well, this is just me. No.
BMT, this is what I wanted your father to listen to. He didn't have to even come on. I just want him to listen to this nonsense. I just want him to listen to this guy.
My dad would have loved to talk with all of y'all. Like, if y'all want to ask him, just like how Michelle asked a question. Right. No, I get you. I get what you're saying. If y'all wanted to ask my dad a question, he was more than happy and willing. Like, y'all saw me. I sat back and I didn't mind giving my daddy, I guess I still call him my daddy. I didn't mind giving my daddy the seat and let him take over. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mind honoring him. And y'all could have put whatever well-up information out. He wasn't like when you get a certain age in your life, the bullshit just seeps out of you. After a while, it is for what it is, baby. I got no time, but just to tell y'all for what it is. Like, y'all ask about, hey, the women work? He'll tell you straight up, yeah, women went to work when I was going. He said, understand it. By the time my woman got up, I was already out the door. I was already going out the door. You know what I'm saying? You could ask them a question. You know what I'm saying? It would have gone. Like I said, I would love to put them on some panel with some of these men, and they just ask some questions about this stuff. So like he'll tell you, majority of the women he's ever dealt with, or it's always been, like I said, like this. So it just
some men just need to be told. Some men just need to. Some men need to just hear, "Sir, I love you," because they so angry, and I don't know why they angry. So, G.I., I love you. If nobody ever told you today, I love you. Okay, it's gonna be okay.
Y'all ain't got no kind of sense. You ain't got no kind of sense. And the reason that you sit up there and say that to me,
because you angry,
and try to say that to me,
out why you're angry. You're angry, and everybody on this live can see that you're angry.
This is the issue right here. You think you said I wanted him to hear this, as if I just told you. And BMT, that's why I explained as soon as you gave me a chance. I do not believe the way I was raised. You do not sit up and argue with elderly people about their view. They are. You should be listening to what they have to say. Soak up what they have to say. It's not for you to be going back and forth with your elders like that, especially on this
I was asking you questions.
This YouTube stuff, and you don't have any sense anymore. To the point that you think
that listen to how you sound. You called us an idiot.
You think it's appropriate to conduct ourselves that way? YouTube is the. It does not supersede.
I wanted him.
Y'all are crazy, man.
I don't want your father to come on the
side.
Y'all are insane. He called us an idiot.
Y'all are insane.
He called us an idiot. And you know what? I didn't take that to heart because you only answer to what you are.
Idiot.
You only answer to what you are. And I'm not going to respond to that. But I just wanted to let you know I heard what you said.
What's your thoughts?
What you mean you heard what I said?
Hold on, J.I., let it calm. Michelle, what was your thoughts? You got to talk with somebody around your timeline of development. You know what I'm saying? What you thought? Did you think he was off on how he was speaking, or you know what I'm saying? He was just.
I think he was very reminiscent of his younger days and the way things were then. That we're sitting up here talking apples and oranges in a lot of situations. The problem, and I said that women nowadays are put in a position that was not like it was back in the day. You have all these men who basically pressure women like they've never done before. It's very simple. Men see women as sexual objects. They have to work with them, they have to coexist with them, but sex is on their mind. And they're sitting up there saying women are no longer feminine without even defining what they think feminine is or was back in the day. I mean, you have two women talking to two men, and we're arguing about the level of respect we should show each other because of our gender, our age and our gender. I enjoyed speaking with BMT's dad because he gave us a perspective of how he raised BMT. He raised BMT the head of his household. BMT exudes that. But even being the head of the household, BMT realizes there are chores in that house. They work on chores. It's not all about building wealth. Sometimes it's about, you heard him say, if he wanted to spend time with his father, he had to get up like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's really a telling sign that his father worked so hard that BMT hardly ever got to see him. And I think that fact is one of the reasons why BMT is such an on-hand parent with his children. But that does not mean that there's a loss of femininity in his household. What women are basically saying nowadays is if both people are outside the house, working 9 to 5. I mean, I've had a planner work my schedule. It's very simple. I dropped the kids off at school. I went to work. I literally had to leave at 4:50 to avoid traffic and pick them up at daycare by 6. I picked them up at daycare by 6. I came home. We finished up their homework. They had their snacks. Then we started on dinner. Then we started on laundry, bathing, getting ready to go to bed, getting their clothes ready for the next day. I literally did their hair once a week. Now, all this that I did, their father came home at 10 o'clock at night. They were in bed. I've cooked, I've cleaned, I've done all the feminine things in the household for the children. But then there was the expectation to spend time with my husband after I am tired as fuck. So yeah.
Man, what is your point?
My point is that women have changed because men have changed. Men put pressure on women to do it all, And so what women have found out is that it is very simple to raise a child by yourself because the men are not being hands-on with the children and the household. You heard BMT's father talk about how he liked to cook, how he would wash her car, all these things that he did to show her he loved her, he cared about her. Things were on point. He ran a good household. So now you have women who realize they have to run the household themselves. There's a strong likelihood that even if their husband is there helping to pay the bills or paying all the bills, they still do not put in the time with the family doing little things like washing the car or cleaning out the oven.
These are lies because y'all are not even married when y'all have children. These are just straight up lies. Most of y'all are not even in committed relationships when y'all have the children to begin with. So you shouldn't even be comparing today with the relationship situation back then on average, because on average that was when we were not celebrating in the community baby showers. I grew up in a Kojic church, from the real church of Kojic. You couldn't even go to the church if you were ashamed. So you can't even pretend like it's the same thing. And that's why women, y'all just keep lying, and that's why y'all gonna keep getting what y'all been getting overall as a community.
I mean, he made a valid point, just like his father said. He said, "Find a man that'll ask you to go to church."
No.
Your first day at the church. You see, he has some God in you. He has some God in him. He fears God. Rather than take him, go to a restaurant or a club for your first date, see him at church.
Yeah, my dad, like I say, like, he's a very private man. I was very surprised some of the stuff he was saying to y'all that he didn't start saying to me until I was older. My dad never drank in front of me like that. He barely, if you smoking, I mean, you probably kept smoking while he's working on the tires or the car or whatever work he's doing. But there was just something he just didn't believe that you as an adult should ever do in front of a child. He's like, no, all y'all children go around the house. Y'all go somewhere else. If there was an argument or discussion that him and his wife needed to have, it was never conducted in front of the children. You know what I'm saying? Because that was for that of them. Even when my father was moved from the house, still took care of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, and I asked him, I said, "Why'd you leave me?" He said, "I never left you. If you ever wanted to come to me, you could always came to me. But things happened the way they did. But you still got your education, you still got your stuff." Like I said, times are definitely different. And it is interesting because, like I said, like he sees this from that time period. You know what I'm saying? My dad is the type of person, if a child would have asked him to fix a bike or like, you need something, he's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Sadly, some people will see that as, why are you doing it? But that's just how he's ingrained. You know what I'm saying? You see what he just said out of mouth? What he asked Sheena for an onion and a bell pepper. That's for him. Because he wants to cook for his children, his grandchildren. They have the stove with him right now. He wants to teach them how to cook. Like, the difference is this, and me and you had to talk about this, Michelle, about do certain people care about that at the end of legacy? When they start getting older, who's going to be at your bedside? Who you actually have? And that's the thing about it, like, you know, and I know, like, you know, you got to ask the question, like, you know, what are the values that the men have and the women have? Do the women care about the family? Do the men care about the family? Women care about that of the upbringing of the community? Do the men care? I know some of my stuff, it does hurt my father's heart, the way how I think. But I said, Dad, your way of thinking is the old way. And it hurt, but he said, I know. And he kind of,
but they don't want to talk about this part, BMT. How none of them back in the day, you were beholden to a power structure. If you ask them who can tell you what to do now, who's the boss of you, all of them gonna say themselves. So when you the boss of yourself, guess what you get? You get yourself. You shouldn't be looking to anybody to protect you or whatever. These women, these unmarried women with no husbands, talking
married?
about how they're unprotected and all kind of nonsense. No, I'm not. Talking about didn't I just say no, I'm not married?
I said okay.
But what we have here, BMT, is unwed, unmarried, single, independent. I do what I want. Can't nobody tell me what to do. Women talking about, well, why am I unprotected? Well, why am I have to work so hard? Whatever. They refuse to submit to a power structure. They refuse to submit to men and be up under men. And then when they have to do it themselves, they want to complain about it. See, they want to complain, but they don't want to be beholden to any man's rules. And men, this is not an AI thing. This is what men have been saying, and just recently in recent years got the voice to do it via, you know, social media and these different platforms. Because before it was just women talking shit about men, and now that the tables have turned, now men are able to say their side of it. And what you have is these women that refuse to submit, but still want some kind of protection where it's not going to work, and it's never going to work, which is why they're going to continue staying unwed. The black community is going to continue to decline because they refuse to submit to any type of authority. And that's just what it is.
Somebody submitting to you? Have you been married?
No, I just told you I'm not married. I wouldn't marry a woman that was not submissive.
Is someone submitting to you?
Yeah, me personally, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's okay that you can do what you just told the female that we can't do. You know what, y'all?
That I can do what?
Yeah, I'm just sitting up here laughing. I'm sitting up here laughing. Laughing. My husband's in the other room. My husband's in the other room.
Everybody understands except you.
That I can do what? That I can do what that the female can't do? What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just go ahead.
In the shell, nobody's talking about you specifically, which is why I keep talking about the community. We already know that most of the people, most of, what's her face said she is a single. Were you married when you had your kid, Sharina? Sure, I don't know her name.
Sheila.
Sheila, were you married when you had your kid, Sheila?
Sheena?
Oh, see, now she disappeared. See how they disappear? Sheena? Were you married when you had your kid?
No, I did not. But you can't define what I did in my past, because you can't do that. Regardless if we, first of all, we all was born in sin. So
why weren't you married? We're not talking about okay.
I was not married.
Why weren't you married when you had your kid?
No, I was not married.
I said why?
Because I was not married. Because of the choices that I made. because of the
And there you
choices
go. That makes sense, sir.
that
That's
I
a
made.
sensible answer in her mind because I
And
was
I
not married.
said
And
no.
BMT, that
And I said
community
no,
is
I was
going to
not married.
continue to be destroyed. I know I asked you why you weren't married, and you said because I wasn't married. So since that's an
If
acceptable
you
answer to you,
listen, no, if you listen, I said because of the choices that I made. Selective hearing. The choices that I made.
obviously the question would be why did you think that was an okay choice to make? You just state nonsense. See, BMT, and this is how they do. They just say nonsense. And they think that they're saying something without answering any kind of question, and that's why the cycle
That's how
repeats
we feel
itself,
about you
and it
because
goes
you're talking
on
about the
Wait,
jibber
and
wait, wait.
jabber.
You
on
guys are yelling
and
again. Hold
on.
up. Hold up. You guys are yelling again, so we can't really flow the conversation.
You're
But
talking about the
he
jibber
did
jabber.
ask. He did ask a very legitimate question.
And I answered his
That-
question.
No, I understand what you said. I understand what you said. He asked the question, and it is a process. It's a decision you have to make. I mean, we were like living in a time in which we could have used protection. Protection slipped. You made the choice to have the baby rather than abort the baby. Were you in a relationship?
I was in a relationship when I had my son. I was in a long-term relationship when I had my son.
And did you feel like if once you got pregnant, did you feel the need to get married, or do you just feel like he was going to be there voluntarily?
What happened with my child father is he was a mechanic and a car fell on his head. You see, this is what people, they want to ask questions and judge you and don't know the story. And when the car fell on his head, it messed up a whole lot going on in his head. A whole lot.
You said he died? You said he died when the car fell on his head?
No,
Hold on,
brain
Jay, let her
damage.
finish.
Hold on, the car was coming through. So before you judge me and try to make a point, hear the story first. Me and his
That had
father,
nothing to do with what I asked
me
you.
and the father, me
No,
and his
she's
father,
telling
me
you.
and his
Wait, let
father,
her
we
finish.
could
She's
have,
telling you the story.
me and his father, we could have gotten married. We could have. But it was a choice that I had to make to protect me and my child, or stay with him with the damage that was caused when the car fell on his head. If you would like to know, so go ahead. Was I married when I had him? No, I
All right,
was
thank you.
not.
I'm gonna go ahead. So the first thing, BMT, and this is why you can't. This is why you got to listen to him. You got to let him lie. First off, that had nothing to do with what I
Lie.
asked. It doesn't.
Lie.
That is unfortunate. It had
Lie. I
nothing
know
to
I
do
just
with
told
it
you a
because she still
story.
had the kid before she was married. So that had nothing to do with it. My question was, why did you have a kid before you married? You still chose to have it. That doesn't change anything. Y'all have no sense of common sense. That has nothing to do with what I asked you. Number one. Number two, you said that afterwards you chose to not be. So what? He became like vegetate, like he couldn't work, or you just didn't like his personality afterwards?
She's
It seemed like we
Gian.
lost her. We lost her. It seemed like she was saying that he suffered some kind of brain injury, and she left to
No,
protect herself.
that's not what she said. It seemed like she said after the accident, his personality changed, and she didn't like his new personality. That's what she was saying. That's what it sounded like she was saying. She wasn't saying he was a vegetable or anything like that. She just personally didn't like him, which is completely something else. Again, y'all just let these people say anything
She actually
without
said that
questioning
he
them.
left for her safety. She said the safety of herself and the safety of her
Mean
child.
anything? That means that he's not a vegetable. That means she didn't like his personality, which is a whole different conversation. But y'all just let them say anything and just believe it.
Let's leave
Real
that
question.
alone. She's not here. Let's leave that alone. I know that's a little bit sensitive. That's sensitive. Let's leave that alone. But I don't want nobody to talk about anybody sensitive. I don't want nobody to talk about anybody if y'all can. Let's just leave that alone. We got only
MT, you agree that had nothing to do with what I said, right? You still, that does not an answer to why you have a kid out of wedlock.
Let it go. Listen, shit happens. If it did happen, she chose to keep the child because hey, they were madly in love. That incident had happened. I'm gonna just for my instance that a traumatic brain injury can change somebody drastically, like their personality. They can become docile or highly volatile. because
No, BMT, that's not the point.
hold on.
The point is before that you get married. That's the point.
But
It has
hold on.
nothing to do with that.
But now here's the thing about it, J.I. So actually think about this. If the person is volatile, let's say you have a girlfriend, she gets shot in the head. She survives the gunshot, but she is drastically different, where she has erratic outbursts and she becomes different.
Right, she get
Very
crazy.
erratic.
But that has
You Hello? Can you hear me, the show?
I can hear you. You're low, but I can hear you.
has nothing
I
to
mean,
do with why I had a child with her.
let's just be honest. We are not living in a time where virginity is cherished. I mean, we are not living in
I'm
that
not talking
time.
about virginity. You trying to move the goalpost again, Michelle? Because I didn't say anything
No,
about
I'm not moving
virginity.
the
I
goalpost.
said
She
waiting
had sex
until
outside
you
of
are
marriage.
married
She
to
had
have
sex
a child.
outside of
That's what I
marriage and
said.
got pregnant, and she chose to have a
And that's
child.
the problem. And she chose, and that's the problem. That's the only issue. It has nothing to do with anything else. That's the issue. But y'all try to turn it to these other stuff that has nothing to do with nothing. That's the problem
It has,
right there.
sex
Y'all
has
have
to
no
do.
problem.
Sex has to
Y'all
do
have
with
no
making a
problem
baby.
having
I don't know
children
what
outside
country
of
you come
marriage.
from,
Y'all
what
have no
planet
issue
you
with it.
come from, but the issue was
Y'all have no
she
issues with doing that.
she was in
That's
a
the problem.
long-term relationship. She had sex, and she got pregnant. And
And
after
that's the
she got
problem.
pregnant, there was a change. There was a change. So the problem
No,
is,
she had the baby. There's a change. Which is why
well,
you
there's
shouldn't be
always a
doing
change
that
when
till
she had
you're
a baby.
married. You shouldn't be
There's
having
always
children until you're married.
okay.
I don't even
I
understand why you're
agree.
arguing me about this, Michelle. This
I'm
is
sitting up
crazy.
here saying
This
that
this
times have
and
changed.
listen, audience. The fact that Michelle will sit up here and argue with me, even though she knows better, because she's a highly educated. Michelle is one of the most elite educated people that you can be in our society today. She's a lawyer, so that's one of the most elite educations you can have, and she will still sit up here and defend this behavior. That's why our community
I'm
has
not
no future.
defending. I am not
Hold on.
defending the behavior.
Yes, you
I
did.
said
You just said
very
and
simply,
defended her behavior.
virginity
Yes,
is
you
not
did.
valued. Virginity is not valued. It is something.
That's no.
It is. That's where it all starts. That's where it all starts. If a
No.
woman is chaste, if a woman wants to wait until she's married, at least be proposed to before she has sex with a man.
Get up, everyone. So whoever the person talking, let them talk. Yeah, you got feedback, bro. You got feedback.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna mute up. You said I got feedback. I'm mute up.
Yeah, you can get on the panel. All right. I would definitely say, listen, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody who's a veteran, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's easy to talk the talk until you actually are going through that of a mental health transition. Y'all know. Trust me. I'm telling you right now, man. Every day is not a clear day. I've even had some talks with Sheena. Have I not, Sheena, about my mental?
Absolutely.
No, see, that wasn't the point we was making, DMT. It has nothing to do with that.
Hang on now. But to deal with somebody, you're not going to just be dealing with them physically. You're also going to be dealing with them mentally and spiritually. And if you're not aligned with them, that's just not going to work. Like, you could say, damn, sex is great, but she treats me like shit. Or the girl could say, well, damn, he has all the money, but shit, I don't feel no type of connection to him. But she get with a guy who's way broken than him, but she feels like she's on top of the world. We've seen these things happen. So maybe
DMT, you're talking about something else.
Oh, okay, but let me get this in. So let's say the woman has a job and she has a man who's a doctor, okay? Turner the show has a man. We're gonna use hypothetically. He's a leading practice of a hospital, and the show is an attorney. But god damn it, they got the money, but their love life is cold. Now she meets the guy. Well, all he do is fix the AC unit. Don't make nowhere close to the doctor, but guess what? Makes her laugh, makes her feel on cloud nine. guess what's going to happen? She's going to start gravitating to that man and being colder to the other man. This is how people are. Hell, this is where you're hearing what men say, all she do is like me for my fucking money. She don't like me for me. And you're hearing women saying, hey, shit, like, I don't feel nothing. Shit, he don't even get me wet anymore. Sex is just a chore. So you gotta, in these relationships, these things play a very dramatic part. If the person is, if it's, it can be a good, it can be a financially stable home, but an erratically destabilized, dysfunctional home of verbal abuse. You're not, I'm telling you right now, these days, child services will move a child out for that. They'll tell the parent, hey, either you take the child, I'm telling you how DSS works. If they think the home is unsafe and unfit, they're going to go to the more likely stable parent and say, you have two options. We take the kid, or you take the kid and you leave the home. That's the state. Not what I'm saying. That is the state. They will tell you if that household is deemed unstable for that of a child, they're going to remove that child of the best interest. So if Sheena, we're just going off of what she's saying, if the relationship is volatile and unsafe, she said, hey, I choose that.
She had that kid before any of that, is the point. It's not to change after she had the kid the wrong way in the first place. That's the point. Y'all keep changing it to something else. It's not that. She started out wrong.
I asked her the question. I asked a very specific question. I asked her, was she in a long-term relationship? Was it like
she was not in a marriage, which is what was wrong.
Let her finish.
You know, it was like I asked, were you in a long-term relationship? She had been in a long-term relationship. In long-term relationship, people tend to slip up. I mean, you don't wear a condom every time. You might forget to take your pill. It was obviously an unplanned pregnancy. So she did. I am very pro-life. So she got pregnant, but the issue was not having the child outside of wedlock. The issue
yes, it is.
No, the issue is having sex outside of marriage.
No,
that has become so
the child.
common. It's become so common. The risk of having a child when you have intercourse is prevalent. So our society basically sits up there.
Man.
Our society now sits, Our society now sits up there and says that sex is a normal part of dating. Sex is a normal part of dating before marriage.
That is what has changed in our culture. Anything, Michelle.
But me having a child out of wedlock, what are you trying? What's your point that you're trying to make? I had a child out of the wedlock. What's your point?
That you started out the wrong way to begin with.
First of
that's
all,
what happens in our culture. No, you asked me somebody to tell you. That's what happens in this culture and why it's so ass backwards. You can't tell them nothing. They do what they want to do, and then when we have this huge out of wedlock birth rate. And you wonder why. It's never a problem. Don't nobody want to call it out, say it's wrong. Everybody just excuses it. And then the kids just suffer and the cycle continues.
Who child is suffering? Like, what world are you from?
Were you raised by a single mother? Were you raised by a single mother? Or a single father?
No.
You had both your parents in the household?
Yeah, I had my dad and a stepdad. I had a stepdad, though. And my dad.
You live with your dad?
But I was not. No, I live with my mom. I live with my mom and my stepdad. But I also had my dad. But no, I was not raised in a single parent household. But what does that have to do with me? Do you think what I'm saying is wrong, Michelle? Michelle, do you think that what I'm saying?
Bullshit.
Do you think that what I'm saying is wrong, Michelle?
No, I didn't say anything was wrong. I asked you.
So then, what are you arguing?
When your parents separated? How old were you?
Don't worry about how old I was when my parents separated. Worry about what I'm saying to you right now.
I'm trying to figure out why you're saying
that this is the
you're not married.
Listen to what I'm saying to trying to figure out why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is why we have
I'm saying what I'm saying.
In our
if
community.
we want to go back to the time back in the day, It was not just getting pregnant outside of marriage, it was having sex outside of marriage that was a sin. Adultery was considered a legal term of art. If you could prove adultery, that was grounds for a divorce. Nowadays, judges will tell you, don't even bring that up. Don't even bring it up.
Right.
It's no
And was
fault
your
divorce.
parents
Yeah, that
married
has
when they
nothing.
had
That has
you?
nothing to
But was
do
your
with
parents
why she
married when they
chose to
had
have
you?
a
Was your
child
Yeah, that's what I'm
was
trying to
out
get
your
of
to.
mother and
out of
your
wedlock.
father married? Was your mother and your father married when they had you or any other children?
Yes, I'm my only child.
Okay, so they were married when they had you, your mother and father, not your stepfather, but your
Yeah.
mother and biological father.
How many times do you have to hear me sit up here and say
Why do
yes
you have to be
before
so
you sit up
rude?
here
You
and
know what?
because you
You're
heard me answer your
angry.
question
You're
and then you asked it
angry.
to me 3 different times.
You're angry, and it shows. I told you
Yeah,
I
she
love
up here
You
and
you.
said
asked
when it
me
says
the
I
when it
told
says
same
you I
what?
love
question
you.
3 different times when I already answered it.
And I
And what
told you
y'all
I
are
love
You
trying to
haven't
you.
do
answered my
is
question.
y'all are trying to
I
find
asked
a flaw
I asked
in me because you
when
don't
your
like what
parents
I'm saying. But what I'm saying
yeah,
is
that's
the
my father.
truth.
I said,
And this is
how old were you when your
why
parents got a divorce?
This is what. Don't worry about how old I was when my parents divorced.
But why
It
you
has
can ask
nothing
us
to do
questions about
with
our
what I
personal
said.
life, but you're asking us questions about our personal life.
You
And
brought
when
that
we
up.
come for you, you're so defensive. That's not
You
cool.
brought that up.
No, you asked
That
me
whatever
did I
happened.
have my child when I was married. That's my personal business. But I didn't get
And you could
offensive.
have said you refused to answer.
You're right. You absolutely. But
You
we're
could
in
have
the
said if you don't
space.
want to answer it.
Listen.
And what
But
this is,
what's the
and
point
the
of
You're
only
not
coming
the
reason I
only
on
one
never
to
here?
had a
talk.
child
You
is
won't be the
because
only
you
one
kept
to
on
talk.
talking about how
You
you
won't
were
be
a
the only one.
single
AI,
mother.
AI,
And that's the
let
only reason
her
I knew that
respond.
in the first place.
That
AI,
doesn't
let her
define
respond.
who I am
Let her
now.
respond.
She's
That's why
addressing
it's
me though.
called a growth mindset. No, you
It does
can't sit on
define you
here
now.
and tell me, you can't sit on here and tell me nothing in your life you didn't do the wrong way. You can't sit here and tell me that. You can't tell me that you didn't live in sin. You can't tell me that you didn't steal a piece of paper. You can't tell me sit here and tell me that. So you cannot reflect what I did in my past. It doesn't dictate my future.
Yes, it
It
does.
does not. So me having a child out of wedlock has absolutely nothing to do with why
Has
I
everything to do.
stand the way I am. If I want a husband, baby, I can get a husband. It's no issue. And I think that's what
So
you're
why
trying
don't
to
you
get
have
at.
one?
Say what?
So why don't you have one?
Because I don't want one right now. I'm not ready for
And there it
one.
is.
Why I'm
And there
not
it
ready
is.
for one. I'm not ready
And
for
there it
one.
is right there.
Why would you jump into something if you're not ready for it? You're setting yourself up for
There it
failure.
is.
You're
Right.
setting yourself up for failure.
And audience, she was ready to have a
And
kid outside of marriage,
not
but
every
she wasn't
mother
ready to be a wife.
wants
And there
not
it
every
is,
mother
right there.
wants their child to be around another man. Not
There it
every
is.
mother
There it
wants
is.
I don't
wants
see
to
your
have
point.
a man around their
I know
child
you don't.
that's not his father.
You don't even understand
So
your
if
point.
she
You're just
wants to get
talking.
married, she probably could.
Okay.
And I
But she's
could. And that's
yeah, because I
Insanity,
understand
just all the way
that,
around. Just insane.
not every woman wants their child to have a stepfather. There is a
Now,
fear.
Insane. Insane.
now, let me ask you this fair question, Jay. I'm gonna just ask you this. You know, I like to throw out the fire, throw some fire in this. Do you think it's
hmm
fair for a man to have sex with women that he's not married to?
Right.
But I think yes.
Okay.
You already know how I feel. Yes. And I feel that it's a double standard, and men are not the same as women, and women should not conduct themselves as men.
So you think it's fair to be able to have sex with women that you're not
Yes.
married to, but then you also don't want women to be able to say, "Hey, you know what? If I so choose to want to sleep with this man that I've been in a long term relationship with,
hmm
then what's the problem?" I mean, she said she
I
was
don't
in a
want. The
long.
problem is I don't want women to have children outside of wedlock. That's the problem because it
Okay,
destroys our community, and we've seen study after study, and I don't know how many people have screamed it. It's the number one issue in our community. It's all these broken families. And you know how you make all these broken families is all these women choosing to have these children outside of wedlock because guess what? It's my body, my choice in this country, and no child gets born that a woman doesn't allow. That is the issue that I have with it. It destroys our community. It destroys these children. I worked as a teacher for 3 years. I saw the destruction that it does to these kids in real time. These parents, they don't care. They think that just because they provide a roof over their head, some of them barely that, and food, that they're a good parent. And they're insane, and I see the destruction that it does to our community in real time. In real time. And nobody seems to really care about it. They want to excuse it away, and oh, it's not that bad, and oh, it don't define me, and it's just all kinds of craziness. And these kids get destroyed, and that's why our community looks the way that it does. That's one of the largest reasons that our community is in shambles and we're not where it's supposed to be today is because the lack of family structure. And millions of people have echoed this sentiment. And it's not a big deal to a lot of people. I don't know why. It's crazy to me that they think this, but they really think this. But it's insane to me. But they really believe the stuff that comes out their mouth. It's crazy. Make excuses for anything.
I don't think anybody's making an excuse. What I have said
That's all you did is sit up here
the
and make
difference
excuses.
between our generation, and the generation that preceded us, the generation that raised kids that people in the 50s and the 60s, they did not enjoy the same sexual freedom that people do now, and they started in the 80s and the 90s, really the 70s. That whole sexual liberation. Women were liberated, not just in the Black community, but also in the white community. And this liberation that you could have sex outside of marriage began the trend to having children outside of marriage. Because you can't have children unless you have sex. So if we want to bring back the values, we look at the Ten Commandments. I've actually heard people say that fornication is not a sin, but adultery is a sin. But
I'm not talking about the Bible.
I'm just saying, back in the day, you were shunned if you were having sex without the blessing of marriage. Whether you were married already and you cheated on your wife, or you just had sex with someone you were not married to, you were shunned. It was a shameful thing to do. And since they didn't have abortion, you have things like, the story of the Scarlet Letter. They knew she had committed adultery. Her husband wasn't there, but she was pregnant.
Michelle, you see, women like you are the problem because y'all won't tell women that this is a bad thing. What you did was wrong. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. It was wrong. It was a mistake. Y'all want to see? We used to call mistakes, and we used to say that bad things were bad. Now we just roll right over it, and oh, it's not that bad, and oh, every child's a boy. See, and that's what our community gets today. Because we stopped telling the truth. Stop telling people what you did was wrong.
The
alternatives stop judging.
Were very simple. Very simple. The alternatives. If you're not married, then use protection. Protection does fail, and people do get pregnant. So the issue is in our culture, it is so casual sex is so common. Very common. It's done in the videos. It's done in all the TV shows. People just wind up.
It's women that make a career out of having sex and don't have children. I'm not trying to hear it. It's women who are literal whores that make a literal career out of having sex and they don't come up with children. It is a woman's responsibility to make sure she does not have. What?
There are a lot of women who take hormones to stop from getting pregnant, and then they find out later on in life they have uterine cancer. They have breast cancer. Breast cancer is one of the leading causes of death in Black women.
Oh God.
Okay.
See, and this is why we're never gonna get anywhere. Because they will never say yes, women need to stop having children outside of wedlock. It's anything but that.
Stop having
it's
sex
insane.
before marriage.
It's
insane. You will not get pregnant if you don't have sex. Go back to the old traditional ways of waiting until you get married to have sex. If you do that, then you will have your children in marriage. That's
so let me tell you why Nichelle is so insidious. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all why Nichelle is so insidious. Because Nichelle is highly educated, right, and she knows better. She knows she's not gonna tell her daughters to not have to it's okay or you whatever things happen. She's gonna make sure that her daughters do it the right way. She's not going to preach this nonsense to her daughter. She's going to make sure that her daughters get married before that they have children. She knows better. She's been married twice herself. Most of y'all never even been married. Y'all going to sit up and let her talk to y'all and talk y'all out of common sense and that y'all need to be married and that y'all need to. She
Well, what
is
makes you
women with
think
her.
your
Because
sense is
she
common?
knows
You're
better.
not making common sense.
She knows better, and she's gonna lead y'all astray while she's gonna do the right thing and make sure that her family does the right thing. It's crazy.
What's your
Y'all are
thoughts?
Not
insane,
leading
man.
anybody astray. What I said,
Y'all are
what I said,
insane, man.
I commend her for having a baby because there were choices that she could have made that would have terminated the pregnancy. She carried the pregnancy all the way through. She's raising her child. I'm pro-life. I said that. If you have sex outside of marriage, there's a high probability that you will get pregnant. So the root of it in our community is the way we accept casual sex outside of marriage.
He is intimidated by your accomplishment. I'm not
Let
a
me go.
teacher anymore. I had to leave that field because it's the destruction that I saw. Y'all are insane. Go ahead, BMT.
Okay, let's Sheena, go ahead and wrap it up for us there. I wanted to first off thank y'all. I listen, Sheena doesn't usually come up on this show. She just I did ask her to
Heavy.
and I want to thank you for that, dear. I thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
welcome. I enjoyed it. This
Hey,
right
you
here is
said
my cup of tea.
I did tell you. I said, hey, did I not tell you? I said, hey, I'm in the jungle. You want to come? You're always
Oh, I
welcome to
can
come.
handle it because I didn't take none
I
too
hey,
offensive.
you did. You definitely did. Yeah.
People like that get laughed at, so I'm good. But it
I
was
commend you.
I enjoy speaking with you, Nichelle and Ji, and thank y'all for hearing things from my point of view, and I love hearing things from you guys' point of view. So bring me back on again because I'm for it.
Hey, Sheena, what
I'm
kind of
for it.
therapy are you?
I have my bachelor's degree in psychology going for my master's degree. So right now
Congratulations.
I work.
Well, what
Huh?
kind of therapist are you trying to become?
It's not really a therapist, but I want to get into mental health, psych. I love the study of human behavior in drug and alcohol. I'm big. I have an aunt, not to put y'all in my business, but I have an aunt who was on drugs since I was born, before I was born. And I saw how it got her mind thinking. She don't even know how to pump gas. Stuff, it's just as simple. So I think drug and alcohol and psych, that's me. I want to help people who struggles with that type of mental health.
So you want
That's
to
a
be
beautiful
addiction
thing to
therapist?
do.
Okay.
That's a beautiful thing to do.
Yeah.
No, I mean, in our society, you know as well as I do that by the time kids get to high school, that the whole idea of male-female relationship is screwed in this society. The pressure on teenagers to lose their virginity is at an all-time high. I mean, every video that they watch, every song on the black radio station is about just raw dog fucking.
No,
So
but no. We can't put that on society because I remember dating girls where I could just pick them up and they just coming, and then I remember dating girls where their parents had to be present for all our dates. So it falls on the parent, and when you don't have that solid unit of family, then that's how these girls just fall by the wayside. Because I
But
remember
that's
the
what
clear difference. And guess what? When they just sent the girl, she could just come or whatever. Yeah, I was blowing it back out in the movies. But when it was the one where we had to have parental supervision, and even though everybody, oh, that's lame, and yeah, you're not gonna deal with her. But guess what? They wasn't having no kids in high school because their parents were active. So we can't put this on society. So your parents have to safeguard you, and whatever that take, that's what they need to do to instill that you behave the way you need to behave.
right, and your parents. Oh, I gotta tell this story. Joe, where you at? Oh, okay. So let me see. Let me tell you a
We
little
about to
story.
shut this down.
I'm about to shut this down because guess what? Karma is a bitch. My husband had a mistress. I mean, it was an office manager. And when I filed for divorce, he put everything in her name to avoid
mm,
paying the amount of child support he was supposed to be paying. Well, come to find out, I just had a hip replacement surgery, so I have some downtime. I did a little Google search. The bitch got 6 years in jail for insurance fraud. She took a 6-year fall for him, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Wow.
So, yes, it does. The parenting does affect the way your children are entering into society, and
That means she was a real one.
having those relationships. The way you raise your kids. I was married when I had my kids. The joke in our family is I had a cousin who had twins, and we all had said we loved the name Foster. And she named one of her twins Foster and the other one Parker. He had a boy and a girl. So when I had my twins, she started laughing. She goes, "Ha, you can't name your daughters Foster." And I'm like, "Bitch, all my daughters got Foster in their name." I was that kind of determined person. I wanted my kids to be named Foster, and all 3 of them got named Foster. But, tragedy struck my family. My oldest died in her father's front yard like a dog. She was ringing his ring cam. He saw it. He just refused to act. Some men are like that. They just do not have that empathy bone. They do things that they think society wants them to do, but they do it for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I sit up there and tell you, these motherfuckers were funneling, the report says they funneled $18 million from the taxpayers. They had the scheme where they would go and find bums on the street and pay them $5 to $500 to pretend to be a patient, get their information. Then the doctors would write a script, and the script would be taken over to the pharmacy. The pharmacist would fill the prescription, but he would give it to the black market. Now, some of the doctors got 20 years. The pharmacists got like 18 years. This went on for 9 years. I mean, 6. I think they said 9 years. It went on for 9 years. So karma is a bitch in this society. We accept.
What did you say about a ring camera?
Huh?
What did you say about a ring camera?
Ring channel.
A ring camera.
A ring camera.
Ring camera. Oh, my oldest daughter got shot. She drove to her father's house for help, and she kept ringing the ring cam for him to come, and he didn't come. And by the time he finally came,
you said he shot her?
To the door. Huh? We don't know who shot her.
He shot her?
We don't know who shot her. She got shot.
Oh, it wasn't him.
Shot in her car. She was shot in her car, and she ran to his house for help. And he didn't feel like being bothered at 6 o'clock in the morning. So she bled out in his front yard.
Sorry to hear that.
So, it is what it is. So we talk about being submissive and all that other crap in marriage. It depends on the person that you submit to. That my current situation, he'll tell you in a heartbeat. I better do what he says. When he says do it, I'm gonna hear his mouth over and over and over again. But I'm me. I cook. I'm a great cook. I do what I have to do. He's a wonderful man. He's old school. Opens the car door. All that stuff. So it's the little things that matter. And when you are looking for a long-term relationship or marriage, I always tell everyone, treat it like an interview. First date is an interview to find out where their head is. First conversation, maybe, is an interview. And then you set up things like your first date should never be like a restaurant. It should be something meaningful. Church is a good idea. Our first date really was him helping me with my storage. And he showed he had that type of steadfastness, compassion that I needed in a long-term relationship. And very respectful to my kids. His kids are wonderful. Very respectful to me. So, people have to go. He's old school. He's an old school man. And I think if you're an old school man, you bring out the femininity in your woman. Your woman. Don't worry about anybody else's woman being feminine. Just focus on bringing out the femininity in your own woman.
I agree.
Where did BMT go to?
I'm right here.
Yeah,
BMT. BMT.
Your wife is feminine because you're masculine, right?
Yeah.
So that's all we're saying is that when people say, women are not feminine anymore, women are not submissive anymore.
Y'all are not on
When
the
do you
whole.
start? When do
Y'all are
you start
not.
submitting? When do you start submitting to a man? First date, second date, third date?
Submission, and you asked me this question a long time ago, talking about shit when you made that comparison about protection or whatever, and I told you, but y'all keep conflating submission and femininity. Y'all use them interchangeably, and the large issue what we have on these platforms, we conflate things all the time because we're mostly just arguing a lot of times, and we have different definitions for everything. So y'all conflate a lot of things, use things interchangeably that are not interchangeable, and everybody has a different definition for things. So that's why a lot of this stuff gets messed up. But no, the femininity thing, and the therapist already agreed with me, and so did the other chick that was on earlier before you came to the show, that y'all are less feminine, and they went into why they think that is. But they already agreed about that, so that's not even an argument anymore.
All right, you guys. Now we gotta cut it. I promise y'all. Listen, y'all will be seeing more Sheena. We will be having more topics. It's always good. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to my dear good friend. I love you, babe. To the moon and back, Michelle. I'm so thankful that you're okay. Well, I want y'all to know she went through a surgery, and she sounds like she's in good health and faith. Michelle has been with me a long time, a long time. This woman don't know how much I love her, and I'm glad that you're safe, Michelle. No,
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're doing okay there. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I'll see y'all guys later. I got to go chop up some bell peppers and go take it. Sheena, I will hit you up. Jr, you did a good job
Okay.
arguing your point. You know what I'm saying? And like I
All
said,
right, peace, man. Be safe out here, BMT. Oh, and
you guys,
Y'all be safe
happy
out there.
Thanksgiving in advance. Happy holiday in advance, man.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You do the same.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you as well.
My dad said he enjoyed all of y'all. He'd probably come
I'm
back
glad you
again.
did. I enjoyed speaking with him.
Yeah. Y'all
Thank
be
you.
safe out there.